Hello. Welcome, one and all, to the Roll Plus Bond charity stream. This year, we're supporting medical aid for Palestinians. We're going to be raising some money. We're going to be playing 72 hours of cool games, many of them designed by members of our own community. Also, you heard some intro music that was also by members of our community, me included. We didn't hear any of Dove's tracks at the moment, but they're here with us, and they also contributed to the interstitial music as well as Remus.
Hi.
Today, we are going to start off our charity stream by playing a spooky world building game. This game is called The Conservatory. It is a tarot based collaborative storytelling game about founding a powerful, esoteric, and occult institution. It's setting it in motion, tracing its history as it becomes shaped by and embroiled in havoc, leaving a precarious, perilous impact on the world. So we're going to make a fucked up place. We're going to fill it with fucked up guys. We're going to get some fucked up stuff. And some fucked up stuff is going to happen to us. Well, not to us in specific, because we're going to be playing the members of the council, the shadowy figures in the background, in the boardroom, making the decisions. We're just going to be pushing little pieces around on a chessboard.
Fucked up stuff can happen to us. It'll just be out of play.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I'm Devin. My pronouns are they and he. You can find me all over the internet at devindecibal, devindecibal at Bandcamp to hear my music, devindecibal.itch.io to see my games, much like this one. I'm sorry that I have to do so many plugs here, but I'm doing a lot of shit right now. I'm currently running a Kickstarter. If you go to ttrpg.link/pale dot, you can support the game I'm currently starting as part of Zine Month. It's a Outer Wilds cosmonaut type game. I'm really proud of it. It's already funded, but any more money I can raise is going to go towards making it a sweet product with cool art. Anyways, with me today, we have Hunter.
Hi, my name is Hunter. I go by any pronouns. I am on Blue Sky at Hunter 5. I got there early, but not that early.
Bunny.
Oh, hello there. I'm Bunny or Bunny Pet on Twitch. Hope you're having all a lovely afternoon or evening or wherever you are.
And Dove.
Hi, I'm Dove. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm anywhere. Anxiety bard.
Hell yeah. We ready to get into this? Is there anything I haven't covered in terms of important beginning of stream information?
I think so.
No, just you can find the link to the charity pretty much on any socials.
Oh yeah.
And
Somebody have the little macro for it in chat.
someone posted it.
All right, cool. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is establish a turn order. This is a quiet year type game. We're going to be drawing cards. And we're going to do that in a turn order. And for this game, I like to decide on what the turn order is going to be based on who has the most esoteric training, formal or not. Since I brought it up, I'll list my credentials first. I have a master's degree in materials science chemistry. And that's it. Remember, it could be formal or not. You don't have to have gone to a school to, you could have esoteric street smarts.
I don't know if I have any esoteric knowledge other than what I learned in Hebrew school.
That's pretty esoteric. That's about as esoteric as it gets.
I recently watched The Prince of Egypt and was upset because they don't include Moses's speech impediment.
I'm sure there's a lot of stuff to be upset by in that.
Esoteric is so weird. or like a term. I don't know.
Did you read what game you signed up for?
No, I know what games you play, Devin. But I don't know. In 7th grade, I got brought in as a comic book expert to judge kids' projects. I don't know.
I feel like comic book expert is pretty
In
esoteric.
7th grade?
Yeah, my mom's a teacher, and she brought me in as a special guest judge because I knew about comic books to judge a bunch of kids' like projects or something. I was in high
People are
school,
saying,
so
like,
yeah.
quiet in chat. Sorry.
Yeah, you can bump yourself up.
I
But
don't. I'm bumped up on
or
my
someone bump
maybe
you
just
up.
not talking to the mic enough.
Yeah, we're figuring stuff out. First game of the stream. But yeah, so that's just a little esoteric, medium esoteric, I'll say.
I'm gonna cast my vote and say that Devin's
Hey, we haven't heard
Devin
Bunny's
wins.
credentials.
Yeah, but you win, Devin. You know.
What do you got, Bunny?
You're all very audible to me. Very clear in the ears.
Oh,
On
I
my
was asking
end.
about your esoteric credentials.
Oh, of course. Well, I call myself an armchair occultist. I read a lot about like academic works on esotericism. I don't practice all that much, so I wouldn't call myself an esoteric character really in real life. But I do have an appreciation for the weird, and that's weird with a Y.
Yeah, got it.
I think that makes you second, honestly, though.
No.
I mean, I'll take the first one just because it's my game and I'll be facilitating it and showing you how to play. So that just makes sense.
I'm curious what the 19 people in chat think. Who between us is the most esoteric? I should take them.
Are we
Also,
doing?
I do love that
me-
since Mocha is streaming, the Google Doc like drop downs are all in German.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right. I'll say master's degree in chemistry, then comic book expert, then armchair occultism, and then Hebrew school last.
Wow.
I don't know. It's arbitrary at this point. Anyways, as I mentioned, this is a game about founding an occult institution. However, what that could mean a lot of different things. So on this first page of the document, not the Google Doc, but the PDF, I say the Conservatory is an ominous and enigmatic institution. It could be a magical college, a mysterious church, an inscrutable greenhouse, a cursed performing arts academy, a shadowy spy agency, a haunted film studio, a spooky hunting lodge, a notorious corporation, a terrifying martial arts gym, a bizarre hospital, or any sort of organization doing the work, capital W work, a craft influenced by otherworldly forces. So we're going to figure out what our conservatory is and what the work is. And that's going to be one of the first things we do. I originally wrote this game to be like a prequel to a wizard school game that I wrote, but then I realized that the concept could be used for like a lot of different kinds of things. And boy, if I had some weird at the play tests, and I fully plan on getting weird tonight. So as
If
I
we
mentioned
get
before,
weird, I'll be a little disappointed.
yeah, I
And
mean, I've played with all of you before, and you're all some weirdos. As I said earlier, we're going to be embodying the council, which are a vague, shifting collection of unknowable figures at the periphery of the story, making decisions about the nature and fate of the conservatory. The council could be the shadow investors, the true administrators, lurking demons, enigmatic gods, or just the ghosts that haunt the building. But no one will ever be sure. We're not actually going to define what we are as the council. We're just the like I said, the chess players moving the chess pieces around.
Just the schmucks.
So the first thing to do, as I mentioned earlier, is to define the work. The conservatory is an institution founded and maintained by the keepers of the work. a group of folks who practice, cultivate, and control an occultly influenced craft. While the Conservatory may dabble in a myriad of strange endeavors, pick up to 4 words that represent the focus of the work. You may also draw cards to decide based off of their numbers. So if we scroll down a little bit to the work here, there is a 14-point list. I mentioned earlier, this is a tarot card based game, and these numbers could correspond to the 1 through 10 of the tarot cards, and then 11, 12, 13, 14 are the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. For this step, we would ignore major arcanas. Does anybody have any strong thoughts about any of the words on this list to start with? Or do we want to draw up some stuff randomly? I mentioned earlier in the chat that I'm really into the idea of summoning demons tonight, but we don't have to do that. I do like the idea of just pulling some random stuff, but I'm curious what y'all's thoughts are.
Are you talking about the list for the work?
Yeah.
I'm fine with either, but summoning is a fun word.
Okay. Have you seen the show Evil?
No.
No.
Okay. It's like a strange show, and the only reason I know of it is because it has the actor from Luke Cage in it. But I love the idea of like occultist architecture. But not in a way that is like, oh, it's a Victorian house, but in a way that is just like, this office building has something weird about it.
Yeah. Like the geometry of this corner is it has power.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
I just want to concur with your recommendation for seance and summoning, because I'm also very into spooky ghosts who were conjured up through unethical means. For the ghost, of course.
Oh, Jack is in the chat, who made the cover art for this game.
Oh, awesome. Really good cover art.
Nice.
I'm gonna draw a card.
Cool.
Go for it.
Ace of Wands. Is that visible there on the webcam? Yeah, cool. That would be spellcasting or curses. We could lean into doing magic tonight.
Magic's fun.
Let's try another one, see what we got. 3. Oh, that's upside down, I think. 3 of swords. Fashion or design?
I mean, that seems like to go just architecture, right?
Well, architecture is 4.
Yeah, architecture is
Oh.
just
That's
fun.
cool.
I was thinking design. I didn't even see architecture there.
I mean, we can do whatever here. This is just like a, to inspire.
It could be evil clothing and evil building.
Just evil design in general.
Yeah.
Let's pull one more.
I mean, I say evil, but the work doesn't necessarily have to be evil, right?
We'll see.
Right.
I don't think I've ever played a game of this where I was like really rooting for people to succeed. 11, medicine or cooking? I feel like that one's kind of an odd one out here.
I mean, I was kind of eyeing cooking as one of those things.
The first playtest I ever did of this game, we got cooking and divination, or no, cooking and theology, and we had a whole like test kitchen for cooking dead gods. It was interesting.
That's good.
Interesting. Very interesting.
The work can be a lot of different things. I'm kind of less interested in medicine cooking right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep drawing stuff.
I like
Terra-
the idea of it being evil or us being mentally in an evil institution. It just sounds fun.
I mean, tarot cards are entirely vibes based anyway, so I'm just gonna pull some more. We got 8. Lots of swords. Swords are like the bad ones. Painting or photography.
I like curses. I think if we each had to pick one, I think I'm gonna go curses for mine.
Cursed paintings and clothing.
I
I like
do.
the idea of. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I do still like the idea of like cursed or evil clothing, because that gives us the ability to like bring the community into the into the work, and they're not even aware that they're part of the work.
Ooh. I don't think any of y'all are going to be surprised by the sentence that I'm about to say, but in the book of Enoch,
Yes.
Azazel, the fallen angel, him and his like crew of like fuckboy angels that were like having sex with humans and making Nephilim, they got in trouble for like teaching humanity about like makeup and like making swords and stuff. I like the idea of like
Oh, nice.
cursed textiles or cursed like God didn't want you to figure this out on your own kind of stuff.
God. Like you can use this vibrator, but it's gonna give you horrible vibes. It's no wait. 7 years of bad luck.
So that could be kind of a fun vibe, like doing like forbidden artisanship.
Very whimsical.
morning measure in chat. Book of Enoch mention. Okay, I like this direction we're going. We can.
I love Sif Sweetman in chat saying, of course, clothing can be evil.
Oh yeah. Clothing is extremely political. Okay, I kind of like the vibe we're going here. I think we can work some of the demon summoning stuff that I was interested in here as well. I even have a little devil here on my webcam if anybody can see them.
I did. It's very cute.
Oh, very cute.
Cool. I'm gonna wipe these for now. Okay, let's go. Oh, I should have been writing stuff down. I'm just gonna move to the next step because I'm facilitating. All right, so next we need to establish our conservatory. We're gonna like figure out where our building is and what our building looks like. So the conservatory can be in a college campus, a company building, a government facility, a secret society lodging, a temple, a sprawling nature reserve, a private civilian property, or whatever you can imagine. Where is the conservatory? Pick one or draw a card to determine based on suit. So how this works is there's like 5 options here. We can just choose one of these if we want, or we can draw a card for it. Cups will be in the heart of the local community. Swords will be on the outskirts in the countryside. Wands will be hidden in plain sight. Pentacles will be on the hill with a view. And major arcana will be in the ancient grounds. And we can interpret what any of that means on our own. Did any of those stand out to y'all, or should I draw a card for it?
I feel like if we're already going with fashion, the first kind of location that I can think of is like an atelier for tailors and designers, and that might be more of a high fashion cottage industry sort of vibe. Don't know if and would kind of limit geographically, kind of limit the institution to be a rather confined space. They often are.
Well, it could be like a big building in downtown.
Yeah, I was drawn to hidden in plain sight, going back to the idea I had earlier of like people wearing these like clothing and being part of the work and not even realizing it.
Ooh, I got it. What if there's a mall,
The
but
most evil thing imaginable.
but the conservatory is
Okay.
sort of like the back rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
That's
So
like 90% of what I was thinking.
We're stocking the
We're-
mall with our cursed products while we're making it in the shadows and the like liminal spaces.
We're selling our evil shirts out of the gap.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I approve very much.
I woke up today and put on my evil shirt. Oh,
Not
hell
to
yeah.
immediately pivot to a different joke, but very excited to see you all reinvent Hot Topic from first principles.
Don't worry about
Thank
it.
you, Sanathile.
All right, the conservatory, secret cursed product makers in the back rooms of a mall. Are we thinking this is more like real world vibes or a little bit more fantasy vibes?
I was kind of thinking
I
real
think-
world, but
Yeah, me too. Like Moses makes me think of like a snapshot of America in the 80s. A time and place I've never personally been in, but
I mean, we said evil mall backrooms, and I'm now thinking about Stranger Things season 3.
I didn't like that season, but sure.
But you know what I mean, right? The
Yeah. Where it's like there's fantasy elements in a real world setting.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's just lean into fucking fake 80s.
Oh,
Yeah, this goes like there's a chance for like us to skip years, so it's probably good if we start like the 80s. You know.
Yeah, I still think
that's
it's sort of like an
thinking of.
alternative universe kind of vibe, though.
Oh yeah.
If might feel kind of like Earth, but it's
Mhm.
not our Earth.
yeah.
Cool.
Hashtag not our Earth.
Yeah.
This is happening at your mall right now, actually.
There's some weirdos in the background making evil shirts at your mall.
When was the last time any of you even went to a mall?
Pretty recently. I live in a city. Anyways, let's move on. Next step is to talk about the community. It's important that since we're a secret organization selling evil shirts, we need to think about who we're selling evil shirts to. So the conservatory was built within or adjacent to a pre-existing populated locale referred to as the community. These people may have helped build the conservatory, and some could have even become its founders. Regardless, the conservatory will find itself figuratively apart from them. Take turns answering one of the following prompts until there's at least one detail about each, and everybody has had a chance to contribute. So this would be page 3 on the Google Doc if y'all are there with me. We need, so there's 4 of us, so we're going to get one of these first 3 and then double up on one of them. So the options are the local biome, flora, or fauna, the local culture, or the community's response to the conservatory's founding. And we each need to establish one fact.
I got the first one.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's a. I'm skipping ahead. I was going to say the botanical garden, but that's like a wing or whatever.
Oh yeah, we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. If you skip me, I'll think of one for the first one, or whoever has one.
I'm going to say something about the local culture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that, for a shirt to be evil, there needs to be an ideology that assigns evil to the practice of the shirt.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I feel like there must be some sort of like ideology in place in the culture. And I'm wondering if that has to do with what I was talking about before, where there's like there's something about what we're doing is like forbidden knowledge.
Would you
Out.
like forbidden because the community believes it to be forbidden, or forbidden because God said so?
Maybe both.
Okay. Maybe one begets the other.
I'm just gonna say we'll figure out what it means later, but there is a strong local like religious presence
Interesting.
that dictates. Oops, that's not how you spell presence. Good and evil.
I got one for the first one.
Cool.
All right.
It's very humid, and this causes a lot of spiders to be around, which is great because we make a lot of our clothing from silk.
Sorry, is
spiders.
this an established real world fact that spiders like humidity?
They like moisture. I did 2 minutes of Googling. I did 2 minutes of Googling. I wanted spiders.
Okay.
So humidity is fun. I think that's a fun detail.
Since we're doing sort of like fantastical real world, could we get around a lot of people's like, I don't know if this is a thing that gets around people's fear of spiders, because I don't personally have a fear of spiders, but what if they were like really big and cute spiders?
I love spiders.
I love spiders too.
Me
but
too. I love spiders.
I know they're a common like ick for a lot of people.
We don't have to focus on them, right? But yeah.
No, we don't. But
I just think that like, if you make them big and cute, does that help?
I think that makes it worse.
I'm foreseeing a harbinger in which all our spiders die.
No, that doesn't happen. That's not one of them. I wrote this game. That's not in there. All right, we're getting some spider love in chat. Let's commit to spiders. If you hate spiders, just imagine them super cute.
If you don't like it, think more about it,
What was
please.
that YouTube video from years ago of that like cute animated spider?
I don't know.
Just imagine that.
Think about Spider-Man. Every time we say a spider, it's Spider-Man.
That's a guy. That's different.
Yeah, but it's a guy, so you're not thinking about it. Spiders.
I love that, by the way, Hunter, you were like, oh, it's like really humid, so a lot of our clothes are made from spider silk, and not like, oh, it's really humid, and that like affects the type of clothing that we make for the weather. Like, you would expect, it's humid, let's make linens.
Yeah. It's very thin spider. It's very thin silk.
I don't know what it is, but I actually hate the feeling of silk on my skin. I don't know what it is. I've never enjoyed silk.
Anyways, Bunny or Joe, do either of you have a answer for the community's response to the conservatory's founding?
I don't.
I'm assuming we control this whole mall.
Right, yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. So we're like a real estate developer.
Yeah, I feel like the mall is like the project here. It is
the mall is it's not exactly a front, but it's a bit of a front.
There has to be one store that we don't control.
Wait, hot dog on a stick.
I was about to say we had the Orange Julius.
Or I was thinking like Ned Flanders, like left-handed poor.
Oh my god.
I mean, the left hand, like, is that a thing? Left hand sounds like a cool.
Yeah, no,
mall.
Ned Flanders in The Simpsons opens up a left-handed emporium, and it's like a whole episode about how he got over his self-hatred of being a left-hander. Because
well, I was gonna say because left hand is like the occult hand. That's the sinister direction. That's
what the episode's about.
Okay.
Is anyone else here left-handed?
No.
Nope.
Maybe I should go first, just based on that.
Just because that makes you more esoteric.
Yes, exactly. It's an intrinsic part of me.
Anyways, how did the community respond to the conservatory's founding?
I feel like, I'm thinking it's set in America in the 80s. People would be optimistic, if not enthusiastic, about malls. especially malls full of uniform stores that sell cheap clothes that are a little bit unsettling, but in a way that you can't really put a finger to it.
Oh, I don't think
So
this is
it's
America. I don't think this is
is
America in
it?
the 80s. This is America in the 80s. UMERICA.
Oh, okay.
Okay, interesting. It is bringing
This is
in
America, but fucked up.
Sure you
Isn't
said
it already
America?
America? We all went there. We all went for the.
What if
sleazy
America
joke.
was like kind of fucked up?
Damn, that's what Green Day's about, you know.
I don't know if I can deal with that.
That's
a
what
little
Green
much
Day as
for
a
me.
whole is about. Sorry, Bunny. I interrupted you.
sorry, I just kind of lost my train of thought a little in the chaos of America or Erica, however you pronounce that.
America. Anyways, community's response. That's what we were doing.
So yes, like I said, cautiously optimistic, if not enthusiastic, and new job opportunities, economic growth.
Oh, totally.
There's a lot of yeah.
The mayor did a
Inhibition
whole
about
press conference about like the developments and how that's going to make more jobs in the community. This is seen as a public good.
definitely.
Oh, I know. For the fourth prompt, the mall was built where a church used to be, like burnt down.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, we have this empty lot, nothing's there, let's build a mall.
And I bet the church isn't happy about that.
Church is gone.
No, but there's a strong religious presence that dictates good and evil. That's another one of the facts.
Oh, right, the church is in. I thought. Sorry, you said I bet the church isn't happy about that, and I was like, well, the building isn't there anymore.
I mean, if I burned down, I probably wouldn't be happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, is it like an insurance scam thing that like we and the church are both in on it? Who knows?
We'll pull play to find out what happens.
Yeah.
Built on the grounds of a burned down church. I'm just gonna call that a local biome because that's what the
Yeah.
prompts were. All right, next page. Now it's time to start detailing the people and places present at the conservatory's founding. Start by discussing the Great Hall, the center of the conservatory. Everybody should add a detail about it. So the Great Hall is kind of our like central hub of our institution.
So in the back rooms?
Yeah, because we're secret, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say either the bathrooms or like the food court.
Well, yeah. Since I said earlier that I think we kind of control most of the mall, I think we can consider the whole mall part of it. So, like, the Great Hall could be the mall itself, and then all of our wings are all of our backroom shit.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That would overlap in with the kind of the material world or like the mundane, I suppose.
Well, that's
Which is
kind
an
of the point,
interesting
though,
take.
'cause we're hidden in plain sight. Was the prompt from earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Like, don't come to the food court after. Well, I mean, the mall closes at night, and that's when we converge.
Yeah. So, how about the Great Hall is just whatever the like central hub of the mall is? What do we think that looks like?
Is it like if you press a specific combination on the elevator, it takes you to a level that's not really accessible
Yeah, exactly.
to the normies. But it is a magnificent kind of presence. It's a whole kind of level that's not marred by excess of capitalism and commercialism. It's just dedicated to our great work, our magical evil work.
Okay, I'm gonna add a detail. We're each gonna add one detail about the Great Hall. In the middle is a massive fountain / statue of a sphinx-like creature. So like feline body with human face.
Oh, nice.
When I was a child, the mall that I went to in the middle of the food court was a play court for kids, and there was this massive, like, weird octopus that you could climb on that really freaked me out.
Anybody else got details about the Great Hall, our like main foyer of the mall?
I think there's like an antique, church organ. You know those like organs that take up entire kind of
Yeah.
face. I feel like it may or may not have been part of the church that somehow wasn't destroyed in the fire.
Do they have somebody there playing like music to lure customers in?
Wait, is this an area accessible to customers? Because I thought it was.
I was saying that the Great
So-
Hall is like the central foyer of the mall, like the central like.
Oh,
hub.
okay. Not
Okay,
the
I see.
elevator thing.
Yes,
All right,
but,
I was
but,
just
but,
kind
but,
of
but,
like
but, but,
conjecture.
I haven't seen this in a really long time, but I have memories of being a really small child and being in a mall, and there was just like a guy playing piano in the Macy's.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Oh yeah.
There was a guy just playing like kind of smooth, like classical music. So there could be somebody like the base of this Sphinx
Yeah.
statue playing like relaxing 80s jazz.
Oh man.
Like Muzak, like
Yeah.
elevator music.
Oh god.
I love that. That's great. Are you cool with that, Benny?
It's surrounded by.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. This is that was like me
Uh,
riffing on something you said.
It's surrounded by glass.
In what way?
Like it's like the center of like the thing, right? So it's like a little pavilion, and there's one entranceway to it, right? And it's like a little glass pavilion. You know.
I'm like where is the glass? I'm trying to picture it.
Oh, just like I don't know. I can think of something else. Like
It
not
could be
really
like a
phone.
cool like crystal like faceted like ceiling where you could like see the sky.
I
above
kind of
the-
just want to make it a restaurant, maybe.
Oh, is there like a restaurant in the like central hub?
Yeah, like this is like like how it is a food court, right? But like every mall has like one restaurant too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a cheesecake factory.
Yes, but that may be too big because these are all like details.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I feel
just
like having a whole ass restaurant, that's a wing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
which is the next step. We're gonna add wings to the mall.
Every chair is at different heights.
Is it
Sometimes
just
off
like
by
there's a
couple
bunch of
inches.
different random chairs?
Yeah, but sometimes yeah. Like because I assume this is a place where like being a mall, right? It does have to serve some function still, right?
Yeah.
So like during the day, this is where like a bunch of
I mean,
dads sit,
we
or what?
sometimes.
Even like if a place is not being used in a mall, it turns into an area where people rest,
Yeah.
you know. But like every single little chair is at different heights. Just some's more noticeable than others. I'm thinking of
There
the
are a
room
bunch of
Kingdom
unique
Hearts.
different chairs. This reminds me of David Lynch's Inland Empire. In one of the first scenes, this like old lady wanders into Laura Dern's house, and in Laura Dern's house, there's just like it's just one huge living room filled with chairs that are all different. It's such a bizarre
Hmm.
scene.
Like one's a massage chair that you have to pay for, one's just like a weird wooden chair.
Hell yeah. I love this off-putting mall foyer where there's like a weird organ player, a bunch of weird chairs, and a huge sphinx. Dove, do you got a great hall
Yes.
detail?
Yeah, I think that the walls are like, you know, those like curtains, like big red, like like lush velvet curtains at a like in a theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are like cover the walls. Which, you know, is totally in line with like an occult like building, but strangely out of place in a mall.
I mean, like, I bet there's little kids running around trying to like go behind the curtains.
Oh, totally, yeah. I think there's like candelabras as well. And they're the burning candles, and the candles never go out.
All right.
Yeah,
Line.
I kind of went from the idea of like, oh, a checkered tile floor to red curtains, and thinking about if anyone here has seen or read Soul Eater, the Black Room in Soul Eater.
And that's not just the Black Lodge from Twin Peaks, which is also what we're
Yeah, no,
describing.
yeah.
There's definitely overlap there.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, and I thought Satoshi Kon was the only one stealing from Lynch. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay, that's the Great Hall. Next, proceed in turn order with each player adding a wing to the conservatory. A wing can be any distinct area that's part of the conservatory's campus. Repeat until there are at least 3 wings, or every player has had the chance to add 1. More wings will be added over the course of the story, and we have to answer what is the function of this wing and what is a notable quirk about it. And in the book, the examples I gave are, where is it? An archive, a garden, a dormitory, a laboratory, a mess hall, a subject-specific building, a secret chamber, a luxury suite, a leisure center, a vault, an anomaly. And I get to go first. Um, I'm instantly drawn to an anomaly.
I really want the anomaly one.
Oh, you can have the anomaly. You can have the anomaly. I'm gonna add the restaurant since I know Hunter, you wanted to add a different thing.
I'm not even adding that one anymore.
What's that?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
want the restaurant
I'm
then?
done with the garden. No, I have a third idea.
Okay. Then I want the garden.
Okay, you can take any of my ideas. What's my dude's idea?
Yeah. Well, you know, there's the spider garden. I I I wonder if this is cursed. What if something we were supposed to do earlier that we didn't do is talk about the figurative and literal shape of the conservatory? What if the mall
Yes.
itself was kind of like circular? And the like center of the circle was like a big, dense, like jungly thing where all the spiders are.
Oh God.
It's great.
Interesting.
So like, it's like a mall built around a terrarium.
Sort of. And
Okay.
I don't think there's like should there be doors that go out into the spider garden?
No, there shouldn't.
There could be
I like that
secret doors.
I'm glad we made this America, because I feel like we instantly went off the deep end with like weird not real world things. But there's big windows so you can see the spiders. It's like, you know, part of the attraction. What is the function of this wing? You know, this is where we, you know, take care of the spiders. There are, you know, the classic mall spider wranglers. Cool, Hunter. What's your wing?
Mo- movie theater. Malls have like I've been to a mall that has movie theaters. I don't think this is that.
No, that's pretty normal.
Okay. Movie theater.
Who cares if it's normal that we're
Function.
playing imagination games?
Function is the show.
What did you say you cut out? Oh, propaganda.
The function. Yeah.
Whose propaganda? Ours?
Our propaganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buy our evil shirts.
We have like late night. No, we have like late night showings of like the Wicker Man and the Devils and
Nicholas Cage is the Wicker Man.
Oh no. Oh, anachronistic. But it is set in the 80s.
Yeah.
Somehow the movie has transgressed time and place to be shown. Nasty, it's wonderful.
like this is a religious community, and we're here to like enrich the eve of the town into maybe thinking more broadly about the world towards our direction.
And who's the church to stand in the way of economic progress?
No.
Bunny, what's your wing?
Thinking of a secret chamber because we are occultists and magicians and witches after all. So there's got to be a secret chamber where we can actually do our witchery stuff, rituals, and ceremonies. So it's a secret chamber that's obviously not accessible to the public like our dear spiders. Thinking of I'm going to recycle my elevator idea a little. It's a specific combination you have to press on the elevator to get to a floor. There's only one room on that floor, and since we don't really bother with keeping on the lock and key, since no one really, the mundanes can't really figure out a way in unless they know the code. So it's the one room unlocked. Inside it's a lovely pink powder room, thinking of like old Hollywood with all the extravaganza and the bright light, and yeah, very very pretty, very fragrant. There's a lot of perfumes.
Those like old vanities with all the pop lights around them.
Yes, I was thinking of those. Place of respite. Also, like thinking like aesthetically speaking, decoratively quite different from the rest of the mall, which is set in the not 80s.
So is this like the ritual chamber? Is that what you're getting at?
Yes, that's the ritual chamber of, I suppose, the harbingers.
No, harbingers are sort of like broad concepts of like bad things that are going to happen. I think you're talking about the keepers of the work.
Oh yes, the keepers.
The evil shirt makers.
Obviously a lot of like cloth mannequins and looks like styled like an old school atelier.
Oh, well, okay.
Plenty of sewing machines.
Okay, I was gonna say, is there a ritual separate from making the clothing, or is there like is the ritual imbued in the making itself?
I want to say that it is, because I have known of witches who do imbue like sigil making into like their handmade and homemade clothes. So we could sell some sigils and do some blood sacrifices on the sly when no one's watching.
I'm calling it the ritual atelier.
Awesome.
Cool. Oh, the hidden ritual atelier. Dope.
Okay. I feel like we gotta have the catacombs.
Of course. The catacombs predated them all, right? They were part of the church.
Oh, yeah, exactly. and I feel like down there are like old like papers, and the papers have like the sigils on them, and we're like experimenting, like putting the sigils into the clothing and seeing like what it does.
Oh shit! You just turned this into Bloodborne.
I've actually never played Bloodborne. I don't know anything about it.
In
So.
Bloodborne, there's a bunch of catacombs, and they find some fucked up shit in the catacombs, and it ruins everything. That's the plot of Bloodborne.
Oh, great, perfect. I was also thinking, like, maybe there's some like esoteric scrawlings and scribblings on the wall, and they're like, they're like prophecies, but no one can agree what the translations are.
Okay.
So everyone's like, okay, this is the prophecy, but like, they're all like, everyone's just always arguing about like what it actually means.
Yeah. Like, and the shirt will have sequins that glowed like the sun, and like, they
Yeah.
couldn't decide what color that meant.
Yeah. What color even is the sun in America?
Yeah. Blue. Okay, cool. All right, we got one more setup step. Next, each player will create a keeper of the conservatory. This isn't a player character, but rather someone who might appear in the story on anybody's turn. Don't be precious about them. They may not survive the eras to come.
Yay.
There's one of each. Both for reasons like, we might just kill them in game, but also there are mechanics in this game where we might end up just like jumping 200 years into the future.
Mm-hmm.
So people will just like die.
As they
but
should.
But
there
what
are
if
four.
the fashion gives them immortality?
We'll have to play to find out. There are 4 sort of ranks of keeper. There's a neophyte, which is a trainee or student, a practitioner, which is a researcher or field agent, a mentor, which is a teacher or expert, and a director, who's an administrator or executive. And we're going to answer what is their specific role within the conservatory, what is a notable quirk about them, and are there any areas in the conservatory where they can often be found. And since there's 4 of us, one of us we're each going to do one of these. Does the hierarchy sort of make sense here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the mentor and director are considered founders, right?
Yes. And that's just like a narrative detail. That doesn't like mean anything. Can't have an occult institution without hierarchy.
Are we going in order, or can
you can just jump in?
I have a strong idea here.
Cool.
Okay.
Mine could be a mentor or a practitioner. I want a mall security guard who is cursed to always be in the mall. They can never leave the mall.
Like a golem or something.
And her name is
Like
Cordelia Bly.
No, they just look like a regular person. I think, right?
Yeah.
But they sold their soul to a demon, or they were cursed and they can never leave. So they're always there, and they're just like 40 slub looking security guard.
Were they like there from the like the church, or did they come like at the mall? Like were they like there at the church and then turned into a security guard?
If they were at the church, they were involved in some way in the way of the church burning down. So I don't know if we want to answer that yet.
Okay.
So soon, because I feel like this is like some punishment onto them. Like this is like they got a little too close to something, and this is their fucking like they have to toil here now.
I love that. I feel like that would be a practitioner. Maybe?
I was leaning towards more practitioner, but I didn't want to say take one directly. It could be a mentor, but I like practitioner a bit more.
Do you have name, pronouns, vibe?
what's a good
Cordelia.
fuck? I almost fucked up because I was going to I wanted them, so I went to like Christian names. I'm like, oh, Paul. We can't have Paul. John. No, no one likes John.
Aw.
If you give me,
Of Jesus' disciples, he's one of the squarer ones.
What was Peter's name?
but I
before
think that's my
Jesus
idea.
named him Peter.
Simon.
Oh, I like a Simon. Simon's fun. Simon Gale.
Yeah, the dude was just named Simon, and then Jesus was just like, "You're my rock. You're Peter now," and he's just like, "I
Yeah.
guess."
I guess.
Cool. I got mine. I picked the
I
director.
love watching you write that out.
The director is Augusta Euler. She, her. I wrote a visionary creator, the visionary creator of the Conservatory, known demonologist, suspected demi-demon, fashion icon, sharp features, long pale gray hair. I think we needed like the cool older like fashion designer lady who created this whole project.
Yeah.
Mm,
Is she
very Suspiria-like.
What are you saying?
oh,
Sorry, was Dove about to say something?
hold on, I'm trying to remember. I don't know why this actress's name has been escaping me recently. Meryl Streep is she played by Meryl Streep?
I'm down for that. Cool. So we need a neophyte and a mentor. So. The other thing we should also be thinking about as we do this step is to think about what the conservatory's name is going to be. So think of cool mall names. But focus on your characters
Okay.
first.
I mean, I hear mentor and I immediately think about Athena for obvious reasons.
Athena, like Greek Athena?
Yeah, because that's where the name mentor comes from.
Oh, I know that.
Oh yeah, Athena.
I know she's the goddess of wisdom, so that makes sense. But
well, so what it is that in the Odyssey, she disguises herself as a man and like goes up to Odysseus, like when Odysseus comes back to Ithaca, and is like, "Hey, my name is Mentor. There's a bunch of dudes in there, and they're trying to fuck your wife. You should listen to me." And that's where the name, where Mentor comes from.
cool.
Sorry, I just wanted to share that.
I think with like a Miranda Priestley director, we've got to have like a fashion student as a neophyte. Someone who's just kind of like graduated out of like Central St. Martin's or maybe some sort of other less prestigious design school, or even like a kind of a hobbyist tailor who just likes to sew on her spare time, her spare time rather. So someone who's college aged, in her early 20s, really is here because she loves fashion for fashion's sake. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Hell yeah.
So
No concept of evil yet.
there is a divine
Just
spark within her, though. That's why Augusta kind of has her eye on her. She can use her somehow in her own great work, perhaps. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe Anna, she, her.
Cool.
Reference to Anna Wintour.
Are you on the Google Doc to add this, by the way?
Oh, okay. Didn't know I could edit it.
Yeah. I've been doing yours, but I'd like to do less.
Sorry.
All good. I have a pitch for the mall name, the Galleria Gosha.
What is
I was
Goshen?
also trying to think of gallery or something.
It's like the Ars Gotia, the Lesser Key of Solomon. It's about. So it's a word that means like summoning devils and angels.
Oh, good, perfect. Yes, I like that.
What was Anna a reference to?
Anna Wintour, Vogue magazine's editor.
Okay, no one's mentioned it. It's driving me crazy. No one's mentioned that we just walked into Devil Wear.
That's fine.
I mean, you did mention it, Augustine being played by what's her name?
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep and
Meryl
Anna
Streep.
Hathaway is the
Yeah.
other main character actor.
A movie I have never seen, by the way.
I haven't seen it either.
It's fine. You knew Meryl Streep was the main actress in it, though, when you said that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any thoughts about like symbology? What is like the vibe? Like what is the branding?
I mean, you already said Sphinx in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, the Sphinx has angel wings.
Oh, nice.
I think some Sphinx have wings.
I thought most did.
Cool. So maybe like this the like symbol of the mall has like angel wings in it, or maybe it's just the
That's probably just the second.
Yeah,
that's probably just the second question answered.
I mean, there's some Sphinx looking guys in my fucking Lesser Key of Solomon, so let's go. All right. Do members of the Conservatory wear anything that identifies them as such?
Before
what?
that, the mentor.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Bailius Owler, they, transcriber of the prophecies and a designer. Doesn't really come out into the light of day all that often.
Gotta have a freak in the shadows.
Gotta have a freak in the shadows, and like Anna and like probably other like students come down and are like, Bailius, we need like new designs, for like the stores, and Bailius just like shoves a stack of like papers at them and tells them to leave.
Hell yeah. Is he like trying to figure out like what the fashion trends are going to be based off of like the scriptures?
Oh yeah. He's convinced that like if he can just like crack the prophecy, then he'll be able to like just like be on top of everything. Like he will be creating the fashion like the day that it comes out,
Create the drip that pleases God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness gracious. Is Aula a demonologist or like a demon worshipper like our director? Just out of curiosity.
I don't think I think Owler is a man of God, and doesn't really realize that what they are doing is more infernal than holy.
Yeah, I don't think I like that we have Owler and Euler as our top people. Euler is more about like I don't think she's like, yo, this is a demon cult. She's just like pushing her own demon agenda.
For the members of the conservatory wearing anything that identifies them, I was kind of thinking of like these little pins that have like a stylized like eyes on them, like spider eyes.
How many eyes do spiders have?
8.
A lot.
No,
I
6.
think it's just a lot, isn't it? I'm sick.
It's 8 or 6. Hold up. Spider eyes. I think it's 6 actually, because they have 8 legs.
Too many numbers associated with a spider. Well, I gotta remember all
Yep.
that.
Oh, no, wait. According to AustralianMuseum.com, spiders usually have 8 eyes.
Hmm. Also, people say depends on species.
Okay.
I think it's yeah.
Thank you, Majestic Moose.
Thank you.
So
Or
yeah,
spider brooch, if you just maybe,
that's all the setup.
or the eyes. Eyes is okay.
We have created the Galleria Gosha.
Woohoo!
Now we're gonna. So how this game works is like that was all frozen in time, and now we're gonna push the play button on time. This game proceeds in a unit called eras. Each era is going to be separated by a different like distance in time, and during each era, we're going to draw tarot cards, which are going to have associated question prompts on them, much like the Quiet Year, where we're going to add details to our setting. However, unlike the Quiet Year, we're using a tarot deck, and because there's different kinds of cards in a tarot deck, the different kinds of cards are going to do different kinds of things. So our normal like suits are cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. Those all have like associated lists for the questions associated with them. But then there are also the like kind of what are like the face cards in the tarot deck, the pages, knights, queens, and kings. Those are going to be called members of the court. And when one of those is introduced, we basically come up with a new keeper that's going to be important to the history in that era. And we'll see how that works in a little bit. The other important thing about drawing cards is the major arcana. Those are referred to as harbingers. Each one has like an associated like major change to history associated with it, that when we reach the end of the era will come true. And the era ends after 2 harbingers have been drawn. The other sort of mechanic to this is on each of our turns, we'll have what's called an actualization action. So each of the cards are going to do something specific, but then we have sort of a free move after that. And there are a couple actions. They're on page
13 and 14, I
13
believe.
in the book. But there's construct a wing. We can add another wing, recruit a creeper, add a new character, advance the work, coming up with some sort of detail about the work that we're doing and how it's progressed through our research and experimentation. A strange occurrence, we can just make a weird thing happen either to the conservatory or the community. Meeting of the minds is kind of like the Quiet Year game where you do the like discussion where each person like adds a statement to a discussion. There's contingency plan. I'm going to explain that one in a sec. Oh, okay. So each time, each era, us members of the council have something called a stone. And a stone is something we cast at the end of the era to try to like make a loophole to one of the harbingers like resolutions, one of the dooms that is approaching us. Us as the
Spider
council members can like,
astrariums shouldn't cast stones.
okay. And we described there's a lot of glass in this mall. Contingency plans are a way to get like more stones to make more loopholes. Some of the harbingers are really bad. Some of them are workable. And then the last one is embellish what's known. That's just like freebie, add whatever detail you want.
Cool.
And that's all the major mechanics. I know I just said a lot of stuff, but we'll explain each of those steps when they come up. So I think we should begin our first era.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let me draw the first card. Immediately started with a member of the court. I have drawn the King of Pentacles. Let me go to the page for that. That would be the Court of Pentacles, page 26. All right. The King of Pentacles, the heir, the 7th child of an important family with wealth and influence. Since they are a lower priority in their family, they have joined the conservatory to make their mark. What are they? And I have to answer, what are they unlikely to inherit? So we got a Nepo baby with a lot of money who's going to, help make this project happen. what kind of world do we have outside of the conservatory? I know we got this fucked up mall, and we said vaguely 80s America. I'm trying to think what this person could be an heir to.
I mean, we also established that there's the strong local religious presence.
Yeah. Well, that's just middle America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we like how big of a middle-sized town?
I like the idea that there's a rival conservatory, and that's just like the mega church. We have the mega church versus the mega mall.
One of the ideas I had that I did not pitch earlier was having a separate cult in the food court. The food court would be in its own cult.
There's a bunch of cards that might make that happen, so don't worry about that. Though the church is kind of a fun idea, like a traitor to the church.
Mm-hmm.
They were unlikely to like move up in their family because they're the seventh son vibe.
Oh yeah.
So
Wait, this dude hasn't heard about the seventh son of a seventh son?
Maybe he is the seventh son of the seventh son and thinks he has some sort of like greater destiny that he's being denied by staying with his family.
Classic teenage rebellion.
All right. Yeah,
He
I like
actually
that.
writes his gemstones.
All right, this is the King of Pentacles / the Heir. Traitor to the local fundamentalist megachurch. Let's see. Has delusions of grandeur. How do you spell grandeur? I tried. Oh, there's no I. Okay. Regarding their destiny. And I need to come up with a name.
Failius.
Bilious?
No, Failius.
Oh, Failius.
Huh?
How do you spell
Interesting.
that?
So we've got a Bailius and a Failius. Matching names.
That wasn't intentional. I was just thinking names that the beginning of it can be fail. Maybe maybe Failius and Bailius are related or something. I don't know.
No, I got a name.
Okay, great.
This guy's name is Angelo Gold. And I think, so being a king means that he is director level, so he's up here with Euler, and I think he's bringing in the finances. We built this mall, but we need an angel investor to really get it going.
We built this mall on spiders and bones.
And I think because she's very much witch coded, I think she basically talked him into if you help fund my thing, I can help grant you the destiny that you feel you deserve. So she's already got him in a fucking devil contract. He's at the top with her in the structure of the thing, but she still has all the power.
Right.
Cool. I also get an actualization action. Let's see. So I need to construct a wing, recruit a keeper, advance the work, make a strange occurrence, meeting of the minds, contingency plan. Let's see. Just made a guy, so I don't want to make another guy. I feel like we should advance the work. I feel like we haven't talked enough about like what we're making.
Mm.
So I feel like I need to come up with our first like major like product that we're pushing. Well, you know, a big eclipse coming up, and you need special sunglasses to watch it.
Mhm.
So Euler invents like ritualistic sunglasses to like see the truth of the eclipse. And part of this is, this is also kind of Bloodborne vibes, but I think when people wear these glasses during the eclipse, they'll see something that they weren't expecting. They'll be exposed to a new level of reality.
Mm.
And maybe that'll happen later. And that's my turn.
Eclipses are fun. Yeah.
Would you say, Hunter?
Eclipses are good. It's good to put eclipse on the table early. You
Yeah.
know.
Something we can work
Yeah.
with.
Hmm.
Cool. Well, speaking of that, it is your turn now.
Great.
I have just drawn you the 10 of Pentacles.
A lot of pentacles going on.
We got some early investments of material wealth. Pentacles cards are kind of about like the materialistic aspects of the Conservatory.
Well, we're a mall. We love materialism.
Oh, totally.
Which pentacles was it?
10.
Is that the page of pentacles?
Yes. No.
Cool.
That would be that would be 11. Go
So
to
the
the
Knight of Pentacles.
No. Go to
Page 18 in the PDF.
Yes.
Oh, I skipped ahead. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. How have the directors cultivated ample resources for the conservatory? Or how have the directors been hemorrhaging conservative resources? Well, I think you just answered the first one, so I should answer why they need money.
Okay.
How the directors?
Oh, you're typing in.
I think the problem is, like many great artists of their time, is Augusta loves quality. And I think like malls are, like you go to a mall and you don't really ever get the highest quality material while making your stuff, your clothing,
Never.
right?
That's not how
No.
malls work.
No, at the Gallery at Gortia, it is actually. Augusta requires the highest materials. Like, like we have the spider silk, right?
Oh yeah.
The spiders get really good food, but also the other stuff we make the other clothing with, the highest quality stuff we can get our hands on. And it's just like, and we're not like charging what it's worth, honestly. Like a shirt that's worth like $50, we're selling it for 10 because that's what a mall charges for.
Well, it's an evil shirt though.
What's evil? Sure, and the labor, like we have the labor of clothing, making the clothes, and then the labor of putting a curse on it. That's double the labor. It's crazy. So
Is that why we're hemorrhaging resources then? Because we're like
which is
making way too nice stuff.
high quality. Just
It's
high,
crazy because we basically own the local economy. We're
But
doing
like,
this
what a
ourselves.
random town is the thing.
Hey, as a new business, be in the red for a while.
Yeah, that's what she keeps saying. That's why we had to get an agent.
That's why all of the sunglasses are red.
It did
We're
not
in
have
our
to be
red
made of
phase.
rubies, though. It didn't. You made them out of real ruby quartz.
We have to prepare for the blood eclipse.
Balius Aller was like saw something in the prophecy about being in the red and was like, rubies, we need rubies.
Well, no, the upcoming blood eclipse.
Uh-huh.
That's my
I'm
turn. I'll
so
write that down in a minute too. For mine. Sorry, what were you
I'm
going to
so
say, Bunny?
unreasonably. I was about to say I'm just so unreasonably excited for the blood eclipse to transpire.
And I would like to do a strange occurrence.
Cool. Give us a strange occurrence.
This is a little. I'm gonna be a little gross here.
Yum.
Go for it.
Go for it.
People keep finding spiders in their food.
Yum. Are the spiders alive or
Just
dead?
both.
Yum.
Content warning for spiders for the rest of this game.
I feel
Oh my
that should have been said 40 minutes ago, but
Hey,
it's
the
kind
spiders
of
just kind of happened.
yeah. I did the spiders, but yeah, spiders. You know, sometimes they want to just they get a little hungry. You know, and there's a Burger King right there. And that's my turn, and I'll write down my stuff while that person goes.
Cool.
All right.
All right. And for Bunny, you have the 3 of Cups.
Let me scroll down. 3 of Cups. Oh, that is a revelation. Oh, yeah. 3 of Cups. A party is thrown to celebrate the advancement of keepers. How lavish is it? Or a party is thrown to celebrate the advancements of keepers. How does it get out of control? Can it be both lavish and, and decadent and out of control? I mean, that's the point of big lavish parties. Someone's going to get hurt at the end,
Are we throwing the launch
or
party for
multiple
the
someones.
Are we throwing the launch party for the
Yes,
eclipse sunglasses?
yes, a new line, tacitly based on sort of astrological phenomenon. Is it something that the whole town is invested in, this eclipse? I mean, blood eclipse does sound a bit ominous, but
Well,
if the
we
whole
make
town is kind of bought
propaganda.
into
We make propaganda, so we're getting people hyped about the eclipse.
all right. A party is thrown. So my 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups. And a party is thrown to celebrate the advancement of keepers. To advance their. Oops. For some reason I can't type.
You can interpret advancement however you want to.
All right. Okay. So it's being thrown to advance, maybe like the 50th anniversary funding of this label. It just happens to
50th.
coincide on the 50th. Is it a bit too long?
Oh, we just started this mall.
Oh, okay. Maybe the 1st anniversary or the 5th anniversary,
Okay.
something
Yeah,
a little.
I like first.
1st anniversary gala, charity gala. I mean, we're also doing charity work here at the stream. To commemorate the launch of Galaria. What's the name of our label? Is it the Galaria Goetia? I mean, that's the name of our
Well,
cult.
it's not Gucci, it's Gosha.
Gosha.
Oh.
It is lavish and definitely got out of control. Lavish and unrestrained in its expenses and glamour and decadence, and of course spiders. And the answer is that hate to kind of pivot back to the spiders, but the spiders were trained to perform kind of like a synchronistic kind of dance act they were crawling over the wigs of the runway models and hang just so on the clothing and the accessories that were kind of showcasing on the runway. And
Did we put spiders
I
on the
feel like
runway on purpose?
yes,
With like little hats.
oh, that's
Work
they
spiders
decorative.
work.
And I feel like someone has played a unwelcome note, an unwelcome tune on the organ.
Ooh,
And
we're
that
gonna have
has
to,
somehow agitated the spiders to quite a frenzy.
we're gonna have to come up with the organ character at some point as one of the keepers.
Yeah.
Um,
The organ tune.
I love that Augusta Euler is just like going so hard, like spending way too much money on everything. We're just like going deep, deep, deep into the red in our first year.
This couldn't possibly come back to bite us in the ass.
Hey, we got the catacombs and the prophecies. We
Yeah.
know how this is gonna go.
Very well.
Visualization. Sorry.
Oh, nothing.
I think we're just going to have to construct a organ player for the keeper. So recruit the
recruit.
keeper,
Totally.
an organ player, and virtuoso organ player. Thinking like Anna von Houseworth, if you've ever heard of her albums, she kind of incorporates organs a lot. It's very spooky, like drone music. A organ player who, I guess, recruit a keeper. I'll just add that. Keeper. And then
So the small difference in making a keeper here than how it's different in the setup is that you actually have to frame a little vignette too. We get to like zoom in.
Ooh.
narrate a brief vignette introducing them. Okay, interesting. Is it something that you want me to get a start on, or we can all chip in?
We can all chip in.
All right.
I wish I had my organ.
Do you have a name for this character?
What's something like continental, a little pretentious, but also parodic of actual keyboard and organ players?
Belinda Fugue.
Good.
Got it.
Belinda Fugue, wonderful.
Actually, I have a pitch for the vignette if you're open to it.
Go for it.
This is immediately after the situation you described.
Mhm.
It was not Belinda at the organ that pissed off the spiders. It was like an amateur organ player, and she storms out and like basically shoves them off the like organ bench, like rein it in with her masterworks.
Mm-hmm.
Had provocated the spiders, not Belinda. Not good, loyal Belinda, who angrily shoved the interloper off.
Oh,
the
it was some
seat.
drunk person at the party who's like, "Oh, I know how to play Don't Stop Believin'," and like they run up to the organ.
Actually, a drunk.
That's so good. Amazing. You guys ready for your card?
I'm so ready for my card.
We got the 7 of sticks, 7 of wands.
Okay. Wands, 7 of wands. A major challenge to the work arises. How is it overcome? Or a major challenge to the work arises. How must the keepers pivot their focus? What would be a major challenge to the work?
We're
I
spending too
know.
much money.
No. No. I mean, that could definitely be a problem down the line, but my first thought was that the the church the church starts making their own merchandise.
Oh, what? Like counter eclipse glasses?
Yeah, and the church is like, this is unholy work, and we're making our own God blessed clothing.
Well, it can't be as nice as
And
ours.
the keepers have to pivot their focus by do they either lean into it and are like play to like people who are like, yeah, fuck the church, or are they like, no, we're just normal, we're like totally normal. Hmm. Hmm.
Was it a challenge just that we have a competitor now?
Yeah. Yeah, the challenge is that like there are now like people who would have bought from us are now buying from the church. Um, do we up our propaganda and start like playing like anti-church propaganda?
Well, I said earlier that clothing is political.
Oh.
How do we send that message through our fashion?
Hmm. Hmm. Probably a lot of like uh oh gosh, what is it called? Pantheology? Yeah. Like a lot of uh like fashion that is like, oh god, words. Like supporting like multiple, like the concept of multiple gods, you know?
Like
Um
paganism?
yeah, yes, exactly. Like supporting paganism and being like there isn't one true god. There's all these other dudes as well. And they're really cool to put on your shirts.
Oh, coexist. We
Yeah.
made
Oh.
the coexist.
But
Uh,
since we're the gallery at Gotia, and this is a
yeah.
mall, and you got to have like attractions for the kids as well. What if we make it into like a whole almost like Pokemon thing? You have to
Oh
like
my god, yes.
we have a little gotcha machine where you could get little toys, and you have to like collect all the
Yeah.
different demons.
Zeus.
Yes, exactly. That's yes.
Blaze
Perfect.
above.
Perfect.
Like we do like a new branding effort where we have all of this like worship all these collect all these different gods that the church
Yeah.
hates.
Like a kid's line.
Oh. Ari Hyrax in the chat says gotcha machine.
Okay. I would like to have a meeting of the minds, a faculty meeting or a cohort of colleagues discuss an important plan or current event. The current player embodies a character addressing the group with a sentence or statement. All the other players will embody an attendee and quickly state their opinion on the matter. Players should focus on their initial thoughts and not worry about portraying the views of particular established characters unless they have a strong idea about their input. The meeting ends with the first player giving a closing statement. I am going to embody the character of um either Euler or Euler. Euler. How do you say your name? Euler?
Euler,
Euler. Um
like the mathematician.
Euler is saying that hmm, Okay, we're talking about the church, doing all this new merchandising, and Aller is saying that we need to get out in front of whatever the church's retaliation is for this. We need to get out in front of it.
And it says in the prophecies that the blood sun could only be crafted by the hands of many gods. Oh,
you
we all
hear
we all need to pop in.
Yeah. You hear a small kid from the meeting like crying, having a temper tantrum, like, "Mom, I want the Artemis. I want the Odin shirt. I want the limited edition Odin shirt." Mom. And the mom like distracts the kid.
Why is there a child near the guy who only hangs out in the catacombs?
It's a really loud child or something.
I do like the idea of like certain shirts only being sold on certain days. So if you want to get all of them, you have to come in every single day.
Mom's only gonna be here for the next 2 hours.
Madame, has that very loud child been vetted for our meeting? Can he be trusted with what we're discussing here? After all, it is, about the eclipse, and we're all here very, 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 very invested in this eclipse and its aftermath.
Some random intern just has a big manila folder, like, here's all the new designs for the new god merch.
Okay. Very good. I will go down into the catacombs and perseverate.
I wonder if our investor will be there. I mean, since he had some old ties to the church.
Angelo Gold.
Yeah, he's more invested
yes.
than when he want him to. He's like showing up to all of the meetings, pitching his own ideas, and we're like, oh fuck, we just need this guy's money, but his ideas are bad.
God, Angelo,
is he like
up with donuts?
Cool. I think that's a good scene.
I have to write all this down now.
Right.
What was it? The 7 of Wands.
Yes. All right, we got through the first round. No harbingers yet.
Unfortunately.
We'll get there. I just drew the 5 of swords. Swords are like things happening. Let's see. 5 of swords. A disagreement arises between keepers. What is it and how is it resolved? Or a disagreement arises between keepers. What is it and how does it escalate wildly? I think I'm going to piggyback off of what we were just talking about. I think Angelo Gold is like trying to get too into the process. And this is a huge problem because, one, he doesn't get it. He doesn't have the sauce. He doesn't have the swag. He doesn't understand what we're trying to do here. But also because of like Euler's lavishness, we're so deep in the red and we like fucking need his capital. So they resolve it by opening a new store in the mall to like sort of sequester his bullshit.
Oh my god.
So there's just like the trash store where this like rich dude who like does no idea what he's doing is like pitching all of his bad ideas.
Oh, the Spencers.
Yes, it's the
Oh my god.
I have no idea what that reference means.
Do we think he's edgy like that? So Spencer's is a place in a mall. I don't know if they still have them, but it was a place where you could get like
they do.
cool like band tees or like TV show reference T-shirts, but also they sell like some costumey stuff. They sell those like weird like Tesla coil balls, and also you could buy like a dildo.
Yes. There's
Like
like a wall of sex toys at the very back of the store. It's incredibly incongruous.
it's a very bizarre story in itself.
I can't think of any kind of equivalents here in Australia, so good on them for
Not
coming
to
up
mention
with
it's a
that
very
concept.
American.
This is
Yeah.
a very American thing.
It's like a worse Hot Topic somehow. In a lot of ways,
it's a more chaotic.
Edgy. It's just anything. You can find anything in a Spencer's. Like anything in a
You can
college
find
dorm.
God at Spencer's.
You can find a God. I found God.
Well, is the store then called Angelo's or Gold's?
Mm.
I mean,
What
gold.
about
Gold is the name of the. Is it the
about
name
Gold's
shared
Angel?
by the?
Oh, yeah, it is shared by the other megachurch people.
Yeah, I was wondering.
So yeah, maybe Angelo's. All right, I said disagreement between keepers. Angelo Gold wants more creative involvement. We shut him up by giving his own edgy store. Okay. I need to take an actualization action. See. I want to advance the no, wait. Sorry, I kind of dissociated there for a sec. Let's see. I think we should advance the work some more. I know I did this on my last turn, but let's see. We got our, shades for the eclipse. Oh, this just has to be the merch drop then. I think there's a like we talked about, a new line of like t-shirts with like cool designs of these different like, you know, false idols that the church disapproves of. There's a big release drop and there's like a huge line, and it's kind of like a rowdy event where we start like, putting all of these out into the public. And I think it's really starting to like stir up the community because, the clothing is political. We have the church trying to drop all their God merch, and we're dropping all of our anti-God merch. Tensions are rising, but everybody's dripped out.
Cool.
All right, next is Hunter. This looks like the 7 of Cups.
Still no Harbingers.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like 72 cards in a tarot deck, and there's like 21 major arcana.
Okay, there is a vacancy for an important position. How does the conservatory fill? Or the conservatory needs to cut costs? How did they decide who? I don't know. I think I'm going to introduce a new character for an important position here.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce
That.
I want to introduce someone who is just who's answering the second question by not firing anyone. I like someone who like an accountant. I want an accountant. That's who I want. I want to introduce an accountant, someone who actually keeps track of the books. I'm introducing someone named. I need a last name. Anyone got a last name? I got a first name. I got for Diego something.
Montenegro.
I was also going to go an M-O-N name. Nice.
Well, we could do that one if you spell it for me.
Oh yeah, it's the last name of the one of the characters in Bones.
Okay.
Montenegro. There we go.
Oh, also, I had to call our new merch line the False Idols.
Ah, that's good.
Oh, wonderful.
Diego Monte.
Any baseball fans in here?
Nope. How old is baseball by now?
Oh, fuck. Like 4 years old, I guess. It started in
I saw
2020.
someone reference. I saw someone
It
else
started at the
reference baseball.
It started at the beginning of the pandemic.
Anyway, Diego was hired to just like people are just spending money, but no one's keeping track of the receipts. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think this is the joint decision between the directors. Like they just keep getting too many fights. It's like, okay, we're gonna hire, and since there's only two of them, right? We need to hire a third party to be our tiebreaker, pretty much. Is hired to keep the books. And quickly he rises to be a director. I put the prompt in the answers, and what would I like to do? I'm going to introduce a character. I just did.
I kind of think you did both of your actions in one.
Yeah.
You like recruited a keeper to answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Cool.
There's a vacancy. So was that my free turn too? Then
Yeah.
you're saying? Okay. Cool.
There's a brief vignette that you could also narrate to introduce them into the story.
Oh, I do want to do a vignette.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me clarify kind of the rule thing there. You can introduce new characters on an action, but the fact that you said that they were a director kind of like solidified them as like an important part in the hierarchy. Does that make sense?
Maybe not a director. Like I want one local director, but not like they just don't fit a mentor. You know what I mean?
They could be. A mentor just means is an expert as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're an expert in account. Okay, they're
mentoring the business on how to be better with their money.
I want someone to play the other two directors then.
So wait, you have like a dozen people on your team that are just spider choreographers? Like what? Do you need 12 of them?
Yeah, no, I'm doing my that's my pick. I'm playing Diego.
Okay, each of the choreographers corresponds to one of the legs, okay? They only work with one spider at a time.
Sorry, Hunter, you do your bit.
You two decide who you're gonna play, or any of you three.
I'll be Augusta Euler.
No, I guess I'll be Owler.
Okay. So Diego
is Gold invited to this? Go for it.
Gold invited himself.
Oh, okay.
Of
course he did.
So Diego just walks in. He's got like 10. He's got like 10 books. He's like 5'2". He's balding already, and he's 32.
This guy's
and he's like, okay. I've done the books. It took me 3 months, but the books are organized. It's bad.
That's not what the prophecies say.
I don't know who your prophecies are, but your prophecies don't answer to the IRS. I don't think.
Yeah, this guy's not a cult at all. He's
Um,
just like a normal guy.
yeah, that's what I was like.
IRS answers to the prophecy.
I see here that you yourself have 50 hours of overtime this today. How did that happen?
He lived here. We don't count all of those hours.
But you're getting paid for those hours.
Do you want to go into the catacombs and read the prophecies?
Yeah.
There's only 24 hours a day. You can't have 50 hours over. Okay, I see here
You don't
spent-
understand how time works down there, okay?
I understand how the IRS and the union and the National Workers Association measures time. Okay, I don't give a.
Incorrect,
Okay,
sir.
anyway, I see.
Diego.
I see.
You
Next,
need to understand all of these expenses are important to the vision.
I see here you spent $1.2 million on spider relaxation treatments.
The spiders make the silk, and the more relaxed they are, the better the silks come out, the softer they feel, the more transcendental our products are.
You have a spider masseuses on call.
They're hard work.
Why did you
And
spend $5
sometimes they do work on
million
humans,
on
too.
ruby quartz glasses?
Make it work. I'm not compromising on my vision.
No, you hired me. Gold.
And we can fire you just the same.
Then fire me. This is the worst job I ever had. I am used to accounting for logisticals. I not even crime families. Crime families, I understand that's okay. $100,000 goes into guns. I get that. I don't understand why you spent $2 million on a gotcha machine. Like it's like a big machine that
It's
you turn
called
the
a
wheel.
gotcha machine.
But you spent $2 million on a big machine that you put a quarter in and it prints out a $50 t-shirt.
And we will eventually make the money back in
A
quarters.
quarter to a $50. Okay. We could
Do
do
you
this all day.
understand? The lenses of our new sunglasses are made of pure ruby.
I see here that if you keep going at this, okay, this bottom line. If you keep working like this, you will be shut down in 5 hours. Today's it. You've been in the red for 5 days. You've been in the red for 5 months now. You have enough wages to work for maybe 5 more days.
I must go consult the prophecies.
You better control your checkbook.
Angelo,
Okay.
we're gonna need more money. That's the
See.
all right.
Great.
Cool. Then,
Let's just see, and I'll write that all
Yeah.
down. What was
Cool.
what's that card?
The seven.
Seven
of
cups.
Okay. 7 of Cups.
Bunny, you ready
I
for
need
your
to get
card?
some tea.
Bunny, are you there?
Yes,
I got a card for you.
I'm watching the draw of the card.
The Wheel
Wheel
of
of
Fortune.
Fortune. We have a harbinger.
Wheel of
do.
Fortune.
Wow, how exciting! Let me scroll down, I think, where they are. The Wheel of Fortune, X or 10. By chance, the Conservatory has been noticed by an enigmatic entity. Its will
Perfect.
is fickle and fluctuates between providence and cruel mischief. What is the entity? What is a symbol of its influence? And the resolution is the entity's attention is captured. Oh my. Oh, I have so many. Is it the god of the eclipse?
That,
Oh,
or
the
you know what we
god.
need?
Yeah.
We need an angel investor.
So an angel, an actual literal angel who's
I was just making a
also
joke. It's up to you.
I thought Angelo Gold is our angel investor.
He's just a fucking guy, though.
Okay.
He's not a real angel.
What is the entity and what is the symbol of his influence? Oh, feel like the sun, maybe the blue sun. The blue sun that we're trying to, rather the conservatory, the Gorisha is trying to somehow communicate with, is angered by their kind of follies. Just how incompetent that they've been. They are at trying to kind of go about things. This petty rivalry with a immortal mega church. I mean, it's a blood eclipse. It wants blood sacrifices, and there's been no blood sacrifice. And I think it's going to try and precipitate that by sacrificing one of the board members, one of
Shit.
maybe not a director, but like someone from the inner circle.
So a divine mandate comes out to kill somebody on the board.
He has killed somebody on the board in a very obvious ways, a very ritualistic manner, thinking like Midsummer-esque. You see it and you know that is the voice of the blue sun god. It's speaking to me. It's a sign from the sun, and it is not pleased.
Okay, let's back up here for a sec. The way harbingers work is that they are signaling a doom in the future. So the resolution
Okay.
here says that the attention of the god is captured or whatever. So that means that
Okay.
at the end of this era, we have a divine observer for the rest of the history.
All right, I see.
And that's going to be the main resolution that comes into play. I'm not saying that you can't just murder a board member here.
Of course not.
I think
I'm just rattling off ideas.
Board member, I think that would be a strange occurrence.
Could be.
That is strange.
I'm trying to kind of answer like maybe a resolution into this prompt as well, just to
Yeah, because what is it?
kind
What
of
does it
save time.
say? That was 10, right?
10. Or its entity, what is a
Okay.
symbol of its influence?
So does this entity make itself known to us?
Yes. It's in a way, its displeasure is very much kind of felt by the members of the inner circle, and then we could tie that up through the resolution, which a strange occurrence.
Okay.
Let me scroll up a little. Actualization, a strange occurrence, something unexpected or inscrutable happened somewhere on the conservatory's campus or in the surrounding communities. Due to the conservatory's meddling, think about the occult influence on the conservatory. How might it manifest? I'm thinking of maybe the spiders congregate themselves one day, kind of on a piece of silk, and spelt out the will of the blue sun. That is a scrap of raw silk that maybe our director has been kind of working at mindlessly, and she saw it. She herself saw it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what if the messages in the silk from this entity are conflicting with the messages in the prophecies? So there's sort of two different divine mandates that are in conflict with each
Oh, nice.
I love this fucked up Charlotte.
Remember, we're a mall.
Yeah. These things
And
balls.
we're stuck between two gods already. Or probably a lot more than two.
How do people react to this occurrence? this occurrence kind of manifested to our director only. I kind of forgot her name. Oh my gosh. Let me
Augusta
scroll up a
Euler.
little. Augusta only.
Euler.
She knows it. Yeah, you occurred to her by herself solely. I mean, you occurred to her only Augusta. So I meant.
She was like in her like boardroom up in the top floor, looking out onto the spider gardens and seeing the message only for her.
Kind of like just with a wary eye cast upon her, the remnants of her empire, of her fashion empire, and the raw silk manifested. The spider starts weaving threads of fate upon the silk, and it's telling her to not use the glasses to see the truth with her naked eye, because only then can she, be truly reunited with her god. Maybe God, maybe not God, but with the abyss, or wherever she comes from. I mean, she's a demon, isn't she? The demons come from the abyss.
Sorry, I love this message is saying, stare into the sun with your raw eyes. Or, trust me.
Hey, just raw dog this eclipse. Well, that's actually like a trope I like to use a lot in like fantasy religions. I like having a sun church where all of the like elders of the sun church are blind because they've like been
Yes.
staring at their god for their whole life.
And
Brother
to
Matt.
answer, I was wondering, to answer this strange occurrence, Augusta does not tell this revelation to the rest of her board because she wants to be the only one who is saved. She knows that she's chosen and the rest of them don't deserve it, especially after that shameful display with the accountant. She will be saved, and the hell with it, the rest of them.
Hell yeah. Cool. I feel like this is a good place to take a break.
Yes, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all want to take a
Yes.
10?
Yeah, a quick 10.
Mocha, are you with us?
Thank you.
And welcome back to the Roll Plus Bond charity stream. We are continuing our kickoff game here of The Conservatory by me, Devin Nelson. We're making a fucked up occult mall that sells evil clothing, and our visionary leader just got tempted to stare at the sun in response to a divine message written out in spider silk. And before we get back into it, I just want to remind folks that I'm currently running a Kickstarter to make a physical version of my Cosmonaut tabletop role-playing game. If you're a fan of Outer Wilds, No Man's Sky, or Annihilation, you should check it out. The link is ttrpg.link/pale-dot. I would appreciate if you check that out. Anyways, back to this nonsense. Dove, I believe it's your turn.
Oh, great, cool.
Did
Sorry, I
you just
literally
put food in your mouth? Sorry, nobody ever knows how long I'm going to vamp for.
It's okay. Okay, I'm ready. Pull me a card.
Oh shit! Strength.
All right.
We have acquired our
Yeah,
second harbinger of the era.
let's see. That is 8? No. Yeah. If I can find it. There we go. A keeper has been amassing control through people or resources within the conservatory. This figure intends to remain behind the scenes. Answer: how is authority being undermined? Oh man. Okay. And the resolution is the shadow director takes power.
This is a wild one.
Okay, so this means that I do have to use one of the 5 keepers that we have, right?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Unless you want to like establish that there's been some sort of person on the board this whole time who's been pulling some strings, which you could also do.
No, I'm just like trying to think of who, because the one person who, or rather the 2 who could really remain behind the scenes, who have not been on the forefront so far, is Anna and Simon.
Oh yeah. And we haven't
and
gotten our cursed security guard in here.
yeah, we haven't. He's just been chilling. So I think it would be interesting if he was amassing control through people or resources, and intends to remain behind the scenes. Maybe he is the one who I don't know, performs some ritual to get the attention of the sun god, the Wheel of Fortune god, the blue sun. Is that what we're calling it, the blue sun?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like sometimes it's spelled SON and sometimes it's spelled SUN and you're not sure.
Yes. I think that the authority is being undermined by the blue sun is trying to get Euler to look into the sun, and is giving scriptures. What was the word you used?
For what part?
For the part where you were describing what the wording in the silk. What was that called?
I'm pretty sure it's the messages, manifestation messages.
Divine mandate.
Yeah, mandate. That was the word you used. Yes, mandate. Undermining Owler, because the mandates and the messages in the silk are opposing to the prophecies. And let's see, is there any way you could be undermining? I feel like Angelo undermines himself. Probably doesn't have to do a lot there.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So we are all council members. us,
Right.
us the players. So
Uh-huh.
at the end of this era, each of us is going to be able to make a concession to the Harbinger's like resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
You know who also gets to make a concession to the Harbinger's resolutions? Angelo, because he's one of the court.
Oh shit.
So even though he's kind of a doofus, he's going to have an impact on this era.
Okay. Interesting.
Also, I forgot to shout out in my preamble, donate to medical aid for Palestinians. We just got that link there in the chat.
Yeah, please do.
We passed $100,
Hell yeah.
which is wild for so late, I think.
Yeah, I signed up for the slot where I knew like a bunch of people would hop on at the beginning and then go to bed. And I was fine with that. The VODs exist.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that maybe Simon Gale got like, what if Simon Gale was like always a sort of double agent for this Blue Sun entity?
Yeah.
I mean, they're
And
cursed, and
Like
who
Simon
were they
like
cursed by?
predates Simon predates Small, you know?
Oh, Simon was a member of the church that burned.
Wasn't that what we decide? Oh, did we decide that, or were we leaving that up to decide later?
I mean, this is like the season finales. This is the perfect time to reveal that.
You can just
Yeah.
decide now.
Yeah, Simon, like, you know, Simon predated them all, and you know, like when the church burned down and then the mall was built over top of it, was like, you know, like I can break this curse, you know, I can
Oh,
I
okay.
can get out.
They're not cursing the mall; they're cursing the land.
Yeah,
And the like main lady that runs this place just got like tempted by the Blue Sun herself. So like this gives Simon an opportunity to like get in there and do some shit.
yeah. Do I then make an actualization action and then we
You still do.
resolve harbingers?
Exactly how it works.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I can't do a contingency plan because that would require 3 moves.
Yeah, it is too late for that.
Yeah. I would like to construct a wing.
Hell yeah.
And this wing is the security room.
Ooh.
Yeah, it has been there all along. And
Oh, he's probably got a whole fucking panopticon of like CCTVs and shit.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, we like, you know, the season finale, we get this like there's been this door, you know, that like has been in the background sometimes, you know, like the camera will just like kind of shift past it.
This is very millennial of me, but this is so fucking lost.
And like you know, for once like the camera like actually stops on the door and like approaches the door and the door opens and it's like, oh shit, there's all these cameras here and we're seeing like all these different like angles of these rooms in the conservatory that we thought were, you know, like private, you know, like there's cameras down in the catacombs.
Exactly where you need cameras.
Yeah.
Gotta look at them bones.
Do the spiders have anything to do with the cameras? Just out of
Ooh.
curiosity. You know, with 8 eyes and all.
Ooh, what if
I think
what if the
Yeah,
spiders
go
have
ahead.
like a habit of like covering up the cameras?
Oh,
Like they
Yeah.
like to spin their silk on it and cover them up. Though I guess the spiders were being a cat not a catalyst, but like a conduit for the Blue Sun.
yeah. I was kind of thinking of like maybe a couple of the spiders are not real spiders.
Mm.
They're like angels.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
So there are cameras feeding footage to Simon.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
putting this
thought of.
down in
But
the dock.
Good luck, buddy. I don't think you're gonna break your curse. Cool. So that brings us to the end of our first era. What then happens is our Harbinger's resolutions come to pass. So, what was it for the Wheel of Fortune? That was card
10 on
10.
page 33 on the PDF.
Yeah, the entity's attention is captured. So we are a focus of the blue sun. And then for strength is the shadow director takes power. So both of those become true. There's nothing we can actually do to prevent the Harbinger's resolutions. We can only make concessions to them by casting our stones. So that's what happens now. As the council beyond the conservatory, as I mentioned before, the chess players moving the chess pieces around, we each get to make some sort of loophole or concession to these resolutions. The examples I gave in the book, where is that? Page 10. My example for casting a stone is the resolution for the tower card reads, the conservatory is in ruins. Possible concessions to this could look like the following. The contents of the archive are preserved. Evidence of this era's terrible experiments are buried beneath the rubble. There are funds enough to begin reconstruction. The losses sustained garner sympathy from the community. So like silver linings is what we're looking for. So we each get one and I get two because I drew the King of Pentacles. To make some way that Angelo actually helps us out here. Any thoughts while I type this stuff out?
I was thinking a concession could be that the blue sun is interested in continuing the work.
Oh, okay.
Putting its own spin on it, of course, but
yeah, I like that.
I was thinking of something like the entity's attention is captured, but we also capture the entity.
Ooh. How?
Ooh.
That's spicy.
What captures a spider?
Is
how
it
do you
I have
catch a spider?
I have a
sorry,
weird idea. Go ahead.
Oh, you go. What's your weird idea?
I was wondering, you mentioning the spiders, thinking of like possession of an avatar. The entity has kind of imbued itself, the sun, into like one of the attendees of the eclipse. It could be Simon or it could be director
Probably the
Ula.
director, right?
Oh yeah.
And now she's vulnerable because she can be killed.
It's Simon because. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I was just going to say because one of the resolutions is of strength is the shadow director takes power, but the figure intends to remain behind the scenes. So it could entirely be that like Simon and or the blue sun takes power, but the blue sun like remaining behind the scenes because they have possessed Euler and people don't realize.
I was thinking they like take possession of Simon, but they don't know about Simon's curse, and now they're trapped in the mall too.
Oh, interesting.
That's great.
Because like I want like some way to harvest the power still. Good.
Yeah, that's really good. So I said the blue sun/sun possesses Simon and is trapped in their cursed body.
So a misdirect. Interesting.
That's really good.
It's kind of gay.
Okay.
Cool. So that's 2.
You have two.
I do.
Yeah, 'cause one's for Devin and one's for Angelo.
Yeah. Because like the entity being like trapped, that like that's huge.
Mhm. Could do a little bit of extortion.
Um. Hmm. I'm gonna say Angelo. Angelo realizes something's up with Simon. And bribes him.
Ooh.
You know, he's got to follow his destiny of greatness.
Oh, Devin, did you ever listen to Razia's Shadow, that like musical that I recommended you?
I did not.
Okay. There's a spider character in it. It's the only reason I asked.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I said Angelo realizes something's up with Simon and bribes him to have his ear.
I realize you meant ear as in like listening.
Yeah.
But I did think that you meant ear as in like, you know, Van Gogh.
Ah. Bunny, do you have any concessions you want to make?
Would I have to go as Anna since that's the one I pulled in the beginning?
No, but we could do something with her because she's not been used.
She hasn't, which is interesting. Everyone has been acting rather strange ever since the eclipse. I mean, she's worn her glasses. She's listened to the director. To I keep forgetting her name. It always eludes me. My goodness
Augusta
gracious.
Euler.
Augusta, of course, because Augusta, Angelo, Simon, Augusta's, every direction, and she's such a good girl. And yet she still hasn't gotten a promotion, still an intern, office girl, and no kind of no direction. What is her kind of trajectory in the firm? She's not really in on every meeting. Sometimes she's taking notes and writes minutes, but I don't really use her other than to fetch coffee. She's feeling a little disillusioned. So she would like to start snooping around. So she would be paying more attention to the going-ons of of the directorate. So she might catch people on this on the secret things and the secret excursions and secret rituals more kind of often than not from here on out.
Well, I think
So like
as a concession, that would probably be for the shadow director takes power. So maybe she starts secret structure.
so it's something that she may find out, or is very likely to find out in the near future. I think it might be a concession, is someone who might know that the director isn't herself, or Simon isn't who he thinks he says he is. Maybe, I don't know.
Cool.
Would that work?
Mm-hmm. And my last one is that because the blue sun got trapped during the like eclipse ritual, the original plan still went off, and all of the people that bought the like ruby sunglasses saw like into the chaos dimension during the eclipse and like you know saw the true horrors at the edge of reality.
As you do.
Okay, I'm gonna type that later so I can keep moving us. All right. Next is the time passes phase. Let me pull this up in the doc. Once the era is resolved, decide on the unit of time that passes before the next era. So we can either think about this in months, years, or decades. For months, everybody's still recovering from the events of the last era. For years, the influence of the last era lingers, but a new normal has been established. And decades, the event of the last era are remembered as pivotal moments in history. Are we interested in a small, medium, or big time jump?
I think that it should be years.
Okay.
Medium,
Cool.
probably, right?
That's years then.
Yeah. Seems like we
The
still
max
I'm
will
want to
be
see
thinking,
his
like-
characters.
the max
What
will
do
be
you say, Hunter?
21 years.
It seems like we still want to do stuff with most of still.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so probably
Yeah.
year.
Cool.
Yeah. Buddy?
Sorry?
You're like you're okay with year?
Of course. I was agreeing with everything silently, nodding along, didn't realize. Forgot that we're streaming.
Cool.
Yeah.
That means we're gonna draw a card to determine how many years. 7.
Yippee-ki-yay.
7 years pass.
Auspicious number for Angelo.
Yeah, that's an angel number. Okay. So we got to answer some questions about what has changed. So the let's see. Take turns answering the prompts until everybody has answered at least one. And the prompts are: in this time, what stays the same or changes about the conservatory? 2, in this time, what stays the same or changes about the community? Or are any of the keepers of the era still around, and how have their circumstances changed? Do we have any thoughts?
Changes about the community. I wonder if the
Me-
church has moved on from now on. Just in 7 years, the eclipse happened and nobody died, and the business has got better for our company, for Goisha, and the clientele, or I suppose the congregation, may or may not have been drying up, in spite of the kids love their gotcha so much, and we're making the lines go up. The mega church moved to a different city at this point.
Here's the
A
problem,
bit
though.
of respite. Yes.
They all wore the eclipse sunglasses, and they all saw into the chaos dimension. Like,
Oh, I didn't know that. How
people's
chaotic was the vision?
pretty chaotic. This is like some Hellraiser shit. Like, you see into the
Oh, nice.
portal to the pain dimension or whatever.
So does it mean that
So like the church could either
Augusta?
capitalize on that to be like, we can save you from the chaos dimension, or people have seen a different way things are and are like, don't believe in the church anymore.
Has Augusta seen the visions since she
No,
took off her glasses?
Yeah, she didn't see the visions.
Huh.
That is very
But
interesting.
she stared straight into the sun, right?
Yeah,
She did.
So is it possible that she saw different visions?
probably. I mean, she was following the mandates of a different god.
Mm-hmm.
Was she blinded by this, by staring into the sun into the eye of the sun.
I think that's kind of an interesting plot development for like the visionary fashion developer or the visionary fashion designer to go blind. That's kind of interesting.
Would she have retreated or retired after the event, knowing that she'd seen what she can see in life and satisfied with her lot, and maybe retreated back into meditation or joined, like those anchorites, those like women nuns who kind of like just lock themselves in a room and just pray constantly? Like, you think that's what Augusta would do after the eclipse?
I don't think so, because it seems like this blue sun plot is kind of still important, especially because like the blue sun has become both like an agent working within the conservatory and one that is trapped.
Oh, okay.
And she's the other person who has been sort of like lured by the blue sun.
In
So like
that
having
case,
her
I
on
have
the
an idea.
board as an agent I think would be good.
I have an idea. Like ever since Augusta's gained her new insight, she needs other eyes and ears to help her run the company. So she is kind of brought Anna along up next to her in a more kind of elevated official capacity. So Anna is kind of PA right now.
Okay.
They're kind of in a conspiracy together, I'm assuming, because we really haven't touched her all that much as a neophyte, and also kind of mirroring the journey of the fool to the mage to kind of I suppose the director or the having kind of crossed the abyss and stuff like that. That's like kind of a theme in a lot of occult literature, is that she is graduating from the fool or the neophyte to more kind of middle level management, peering into more so into the magical abyss that she was not aware of. So
Okay,
in the
so
first
that would
place.
be the third prompt, something about the keepers.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Are we gonna elevate her to what's the second one? I don't remember my own thing.
Oh. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Practitioner. Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
you're
you.
good.
Yes.
Okay, cool. My internet died.
And as a practitioner now.
Yes. Practitioner. I'll note that
Cool.
down.
I got one for the second one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like about the money problem.
Mhm.
Here's the thing: the mall was so nice. The people around it, more rich people started moving towards the city, and now it is an extremely bougie ass city.
Oh, okay.
Just like I'm thinking, like since we're like I know we didn't do like a decade, right? But we were in the '80s, kind of. I'm thinking like 90210 shit now, you know, like I I know we said a middle America, but I'm thinking of like Malibu, LA type of people moved to here, you know. Like a little, like we got a little strip
I mean,
now.
it could be like, Minnesota and the mega mall they have there.
I was gonna suggest
Mhm.
a thing for mine that piggybacks off of that.
So it's just but like but the thing is, but the assholes move in now, you know. So community has grown in wealth and attitude outright.
The thing I'm gonna to jump off that for is the conservatory has grown and expanded. Like the mall has gotten even bigger, but also like is highly like factional now,
Okay.
Definitely.
because Owler still believes in all of the like prophecies from the catacombs. Euler's on this like blue sun trend. There's probably, and like we have our false idols line, so pick your fucking god. So I think
That
in the
kind of
next era
answers
there's gonna
both.
reason.
Sorry, I keep going. You cut out for a second, so it sounded like you stopped talking.
Oh no. I had stopped talking.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that kind of answers both the what stays the same or changes about the conservatory, and are any of the keepers of the era still around.
Yeah, but with the keeper one, we can like specify what a particular keeper's up to. Like
so we have we have, as you were saying, Owler and Euler like as heads of two different factions. I think Anna has a like little spy ring, you know, like going around collecting information, selling it, and like trying to piece together what's going on.
We did already establish that. That was Bunny's.
Oh, I think I missed that bit when I dropped from the call.
Oh, no worries. I wrote it down in the doc if you want to take a look again, basically.
Yeah, Anna's on the case.
Okay.
Euler is also blind, I
Euler
think. We've also
is-
established that.
Yeah.
She's visually
Anna
impaired.
has been elevated into practitioner. Okay. Yeah, I definitely missed that part. Right.
You can also come up with new details about how the conservatory or community are changing.
Let's see. Oh fuck.
Oh, did we lose Dev again?
Oh no!
Who got called out in the chat and just left?
Internet problems, suppose.
I think she lives in the mountains or something.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello!
How you doing over there, buddy? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Do we just want to answer the next question quick? Do the Harbiters especially carry?
I think they do.
Yeah, probably, right? Okay, I thought that would be the...
Yeah.
And then
Density's still here and is also trying to be the shadow director.
Okay, and we could just probably just in our heads copy and paste the Harbiters and members.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, God, sorry, my internet is just not having a good time right now. Right. Okay. So sorry. So what we have so far is that Conservatory has expanded and become highly factional. The community has grown in wealth and attitude. Anna has been elevated into practitioner, and director Augusta Euler's private tutelage. She's becoming more aware of the mysteries behind the production of the clothes and designs they sell. Okay.
Yeah. And also remember, this is 7 years later, so this is like a lot of advancement.
Yeah. And the Okay.
So you can just come up with a new detail about the conservatory, a new detail about the community, or a new detail about a keeper.
Okay. I think that what did we say about Simon Gale? Because it was the Blue Sun.
He's the new shadow director, but also he's like possessed by the Blue Sun, who's also trapped in his.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi cut out again. I think I solved the Wi-Fi issue now. Sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry. So the blue sun is possessing Simon. Would he be pulling the strings with Euler?
I think
Kind of, yes, because they're both aligned with the same entity.
Right.
I thought they were serving different entities. The
No, they're
sun
both
and the
serving the
sun.
blue sun. Oh, I mean, is it
Oh,
a
okay.
duality?
Yeah, because they received different messages during the eclipse, very conflicting messages regarding the sunglasses.
Well,
So
some
I
of those
was
sunglasses
wondering.
were based off of the prophecy, which are like a different group of entities altogether.
I think it's kind of
Yeah.
play to find out what happens
I-
here, but
Yeah, that's why everything's all factional now, because like everybody's worshiping different gods.
Yeah.
But Euler and Simon are on the same team at the moment.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay. I think that some of the people who are joining the community are like other like minor occultists who have like heard about what happened with the blood eclipse and have like it became this like thing where he's like, oh my god, there was this day and they sold all these like ruby like eclipse glasses and people saw a bunch of really weird shit, and it becomes this sort of like UFO landing, where all these like amateur occultists are showing up to try to kind of goof around.
I love the idea that our spot both becomes like gentrified and also becomes like a pilgrimage spot.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of become a Roswell.
Mm.
Well, what if Roswell was also like a high class community?
Yeah. What if Roswell was in Las Vegas?
Yeah. Well, a lot of Las Vegas is pretty
yeah.
not high class, but anyways,
I've never been.
time for a new era.
Cool.
The thing about this game is this game
Okay.
goes as long as you want it to, so like we'll just like end at a point. We don't have to like worry about like reaching a conclusion to our story, but we do have about an hour left.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for it.
Cool. I believe it's my card now.
Your turn.
Immediately starting with a harbinger.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, nice.
The Hanged Man.
This might be a short one.
What's this motherfucker up to? What number?
12. So
12.
page 33 on the PDF.
Yeah. Directors of the Conservatory have decided that the operations must be put on hold for the time being. As a result, the conservatory will be closed until an indefinite date. Answer: how must the work be left fallow? And resolution: the gates are shut and locked. This is going to be a wild development for the end of this era, considered what we just said about this community like expanding and bustling. But that doesn't come true till the end of the era, but like this is a threat on the horizon. I wonder, I think this is the Blue Sun's intervention. I think all of this God stuff is getting out of control, and the Blue Sun wishes to be, it's the Christian not the Christian hypocrisy of the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, the Trinity, but it's all one guy. The guy sent his son to Earth, but it's also him, and then he died to then erase the original sin that he created. it's a couple guys, but it all has to be one guy at the end, in order for it to
Mhm.
make any sense. And I think the Blue Sun sees what we're doing here, sees all this factionalism, that like all of these different gods are like getting their own lines of clothing, and all these people here, these pilgrims, these occult pilgrims that are coming here to experience the glory of all of these different gods, and the chaos dimension and all of that. And the Blue Sun wants to shut it all down to like get back to monotheism, at least
So
in their own.
Atomism.
Yeah. At least that's like what the Blue Sun's agenda is now, and that's going to like lead up to that ending. So if we get through this era, we might also pull any more Harbinger cards for the rest of the night, but we also might just pull another one and immediately end the era. We'll see. Well, actually, in the rules, you have to like go through a whole round before you can end an era.
Oh,
That's my thoughts for
Okay.
that. I'll fill that in a sec. I got to take an actualization action. Let's see here. I think if we're gonna have like a strong like factionalism leading towards like a monotheistic thing, I feel like we also need like an anti-pope.
Love an anti-pope.
he wears his hat upside down.
Because like Simon is kind of the string puller. Augusta Oilers become sort of the figurehead of this like new movement. I feel like we need like a resistance faction for that as well. I'm just gonna do a contingency plan. Pick a harbinger already in play and establish a plan to do something about it. This plan will take 3 full subsequent player turns to come into fruition. When it does, the player who started it takes a stone that they can cast at the harbinger at the end of the era. If the era ends before the plan completes, it fails. Let's see. What's a good resistance movement name for this?
I was kind of thinking about taking that and saying that fashion line goes either online or underground.
Well, we haven't talked about any online, and we originally said 80s, so there barely is an idea of online.
Oh yeah.
This was just like first thoughts, idea association in my mind. I was thinking like, oh, well, this is the Blue Sun, so what would the opposite be? And then I was thinking about yellow, and I was trying to think of like cool names. So I was thinking of yellow synonyms, and one shade of yellow I like is chartreuse. At least as a name.
Sorry, in what world is yellow the opposite of blue?
I was going to ask the same thing. Thank you.
Sorry, it's not the opposite, but it's orange is the opposite of blue, and yellow is adjacent to orange. Sorry, I was one.
I've never played a V. Okay, never played.
What?
It's just I feel like games have poisoned our minds into thinking red versus blue. You know?
Yeah.
Like, because all games are just by.
Well, I'm an iconoclast.
That's why you picked first. That's why you first.
The resistance is called the Chartreuse Fellowship.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
A bit like the Odd Fellows.
Yes.
They also wear like feathers and do have weird rituals.
Yes, but their little hats are bright yellow.
Sorry. So the Chartreuse Fellowship. What's their plan?
They want to discredit Augusta Euler. the original promise of this mall was like the economic prosperity, and we started to get it. And as soon as like we're getting it, the like lady who started it is like, no, we need to shut it all down. So it's like, no, fuck that.
Mm.
Workers' rights.
And also, we probably worship some other god.
The dark side of the sun.
Okay, I'm gonna take that out in a sec. All right, Hunter, your turn.
Cool.
The Page of Pentacles. We got a court member.
Ooh,
Uh,
order in the court.
the Page of Pentacles. There it is. Who sees the Conservatory as an opportunity to find their own fortune.
Ooh.
They aren't afraid to take a big gamble. What sort of scheme are they running? So I'm making someone new up. This isn't someone already there, right?
Yes, this is a new character. You if you really want to, you can assign a pre-existing character to fit that role, but you can make a new character as well.
Well, Keeper of the Work. What does Keeper of the Work mean?
Any main characters that work for the Conservatory.
Okay. I want to bring. I know what my actualization is. My actualization's weird, so I want to do something really normal right now.
All right.
I mentioned that the accountant used to work for the mob as a joke.
Okay.
Like that would. So he has been reporting back to the mob boss this entire time, and the mob
Oh,
boss wants to buy the mall. I'm gonna name her Tina Tiffany.
Great.
Tina Tiffany.
Tina Tiffany.
Not
she's about
related
50.
to
She's
Tiffany, the jewelry brand, right?
No.
Like she doesn't really. She wasn't there. Is the thing. She's like from like. If we're talking about like Fargo, right? The Fargo, like she's from Fargo, and she's coming to this town. She's coming from a different city to put, and she has no idea.
We're
how
in
weird.
Middle America.
Yeah, Fargo. Like Fargo. But like
from
she
the
has no idea
USU.
how. We're from the USU, but she has no idea how weird things are here yet.
Yeah.
So she comes in, and she just purchases. She decides she finds a little strip of land next to the church, to the mall, purchases it, and she opens up an Olive Garden franchise. And she is just slowly buying all the church of the mall until she can buy them all.
All right.
Fascinating.
With the mob, hey, anyone could just bring the mob
Great.
here. Anyone, if you just want the mob to show up now, they're here. My actualization is strange occurrences are happening.
Okay.
So here's the thing. No one's talked about what the fuck this clothing curses have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're based on gods, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think this is I'm doing a two-pronged thing here. A bit. The curse on the search is like the ills of the god befall the user. So like the kid with the Odin shirt, his eye gets plucked out by a bird. One day. But here's the thing, it's been 7 years now, right? Demigods are born. These kids who have got these shirts are now teenagers who have learned to wield the curse's power and now have godlike powers.
What the fuck?
Very interesting turn of
We're
it.
towards the end of the game. I want to swing. I'm like, I want to walk to the end of the game. I want to swing big here.
Okay.
And I just like demigods are born. Teenagers with godlike abilities from the t-shirts they bought are here or
That's a
around.
nightmare.
But not like huge power, but like I assume like I don't know, he'd do like a little bit of lightning powers. And it's just like he's wearing a 7-year-old t-shirt that barely fits him, so it's like kind of like a crop top now. He cut off.
It's a crop top.
I don't
There's
think
like
it's
one kid.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
everybody that bought the Odin shirt, but it's like the kid who had like the drip
the
that
rare one,
used Odin.
or
Like
some of them, right?
they coordinated the right outfit with the Odin shirt that then like gave them Odin's power.
Oh yeah, like you were talking about rare god drops, right? Like because it was a gotcha, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like the rare, like some kids got the ultra rare shirt that for a couple years they like, hey, like a fucking bird ate my eye one day, right?
I got the
But
S tier drop and then a bird ate my eye.
and it sucked. But like, if you have a curse for 7 years, you can learn how to use a curse. I'm thinking, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. So my actual action is demigods are born teenagers with godlike powers.
I mean, uh, if we're like thinking about like real world religion, like prophets
Mhm.
and has always been a gotcha. Like
And then,
you're
yeah,
like Moses got the rare drop when he saw the burning bush.
mhm. Not all of these are giving like huge outlining powers. If that's not too big of a swing. Um,
No. Fuck
okay.
it.
You're right. Congratulations was really- I support it. I'm in full support.
And that's my.
Excellent. Bunny, you ready for your card?
Yes. All
Ooh,
right.
look at this jaunty motherfucker. That's the 2 of Pentacles.
Let me scroll down a little. Two
He's like
of
juggling coins in a Mobius strip or something.
two of oh yeah.
I've been playing.
All right.
It's like the classic fucking tarot deck, but the Rider Waite like illustrations are so amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Patricia Coleman Smith, I believe, is the illustrator.
Okay, hell yeah.
So Two of Pentacles. What environmental feature was incorporated flawlessly into the campus's design? What environmental feature on the what environmental feature on the campus stands out as an obstruction? Interesting. So we're talking about the mall.
Yeah,
All right. I mean, it's so chaotic. It has to be an obstruction.
sure.
The elevator stopped working. And
Well, the spirit of this prompt is that like we built around something that was an obstruction.
oh, okay. So we haven't established an obstruction, so I have to establish something that is, a bit stands out a little in the
Yes,
mall first, and then
but
we.
the way this game works is that we can just point at something and say that's been there all along.
Okay, I see. All right. An obstruction. I think there is a flooding toilet, and I would like. I'd like to add a wing later in my resolution, but the toilet it's like not working. A lot of it hasn't worked in a while. The drain is just horrible. It smells really bad. It smells like rotting flesh sometimes. Spiders always get stuck in the drains, so it's not got a lot of traffic
Spiders?
there. Sorry.
I just said not the spiders.
Was this
Some of
toilet
them
left
are.
over from the church?
Feel like it's a feature of the back rooms that are not, because the back rooms are so kind of vast.
But
Sometimes
the prompt says what environmental feature was incorporated flawlessly into the campus design, or what environmental feature on the campus stands out as an obstruction. Like it's a like something that was there that we like built around.
yes, it was like a, it came from the church days, suppose. We could have that, or it could be because I
Toilet.
can't see Augusta not taking care of this problem, since it's a very busy mall, and now that the kind of the atmosphere, the kind of the prices, the housing price of this neighborhood has gone up. I should want to take care of something like that. But
Yeah. But like the spirit of this prompt is like, oh, we had to build around the obelisk.
oh, okay, I see. I'm just sorry, I'm just getting a little confused. We could have an obelisk instead then.
Or maybe like the Sphinx statue was always there and we like built around it. Like that's
Okay,
what this prompt means.
I see. Okay. Can we rope the Sphinx back into this prompt, or has it already been kind of established? And do you want me to come up with a new one, or
I mean,
recycle the Sphinx?
you can do what you want. I was just trying to clarify the prompt.
Okay, I see. Well, there is a really environmental feature makes me think of like something maybe like a hollowed out tree that's in the kind of in the gardens where the
Ooh, is that
spiders
where like
are.
the spider eggs are or something?
Yes, and it's like it's so big. Even if you cut it off, it's somehow always there's always like new growth in and around it, so they can't really get rid of it. So the gardens, the botanical gardens where a lot of the spiders reside, are designed around that tree. It's a huge tree with like labyrinthine kind of trunks that very much are visible.
Hell yeah.
And
What one of them
as
burst
part
through
of
the
through like the atrium, the glass atrium, and shoots out into the sky, and you can see like hanging willow branches and like leaves down. Like gosh, what's that tree? It's a bit creepy. I think it's like native to India. I can't remember, but it's got like hanging kind of leaves hanging down. I have to kind of look it up a little bit, but it's got that kind of little unsettling vibe about it. But the spiders love it, and there's a spot of green in the mall that's very much welcomed. And for the let me see, actualization. So I think it's like it fits seamlessly into the environment because you can build kind of around it and incorporate into the mall. Advance the work. I think there's a new virus somehow that's kind of rotting the tree out from the inside, and there's not being new growth, and the spiders have been kind of evacuating their nests. A strange occurrence, I would say. And because of that, the silk kind of output, the manufacturing of the silk has been significantly hampered by this, new strange occurrence. Spiders have to find new homes, and maybe in stores and in places where the customers congregate. And that's been causing quite a ruckus in and around them all.
I mean,
And
Augusta Euler probably puts out a message saying that this is a sign from the blue sun that we need to cease operations.
yes, I mean, this is like, a health and safety issue. we got papers and orders from the court for us to shut this place down, and get fumigate the place. Fumigate the dastardly spiders that's been getting into every drain, whatever's been happening. How vicious thing kind of spinning this web of lies. How do people?
The true God is punishing us for our sins.
Maybe so. And how do people react to this occurrence? Augusta is delighted that she can make some use out of this strange occurrence. And I think Anna is trying to find patterns in the new webs that the spiders are weaving on the dead trunks before they leave, pack up their bags. And I think Simon is insistent that the tree needs to go. He wants to burn down the tree. And if it means that the mall will burn down alongside it, then, maybe you should.
Well, we'll see if we drop the tower.
Oh, God.
I love catastrophizing events.
The tower is in there, and the tower will break the whole thing if you
God.
try it. Cool. Dove, you ready for a card?
As I'll ever be.
That is the 4 of Wands.
4 of Wands, which is... How does Conservatory provide joy to the community through the work? Or how does Conservatory secretly control the community through the work? I mean, I think we're definitely doing a bit of joy and a bit of control. But I definitely was interested in the whole fashion curse sigil thing as a control mechanism. I think. Ooh. I think that the people who bought like a Hephaestus shirt are like in the dead of night, like walking into an empty field and building something. And like building like probably like a pantheon, because the people who would be building this would be aligned with Owler and the like pantheism rather than monotheism. So I think that the Conservatory is secretly controlling the people through the clothing. And let's see, would this be construct a wing, advance the work, or a strange occurrence?
Sounds like wing.
It could be any of them. It just depends on like what you want to get out of it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll construct a wing, which is this pantheon. The function being that people can go there and like take pictures in front of the statues with the corresponding shirts. And it's another like form of pantheistic propaganda.
Cool.
Yeah. This is
I feel like every time I play this game, like things just go so far off the fucking rails in the second era. It's like, yeah, we built a mall, and now we're arguing the schism between monotheism and polytheism. that means.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Does this mean that we officially that the contingency officially goes through?
Oh, it does. Because that was, yeah. The Chartreuse Fellowship. Ooh, how might they discredit Euler? I feel like, well, okay, that just generates a stone, and I can figure that out at the end of the year. Speaking of,
Oh my god! All right.
there's the Fool.
Oh, nice.
This
Getting played for the Fool.
the Fool's an interesting one. 0, the Fool. Keepers have made a discovery that unlocks a new infinite potential for the work, but something horrible lurks within that potential that they have not noticed. Answer: what unseen horrors await the keepers? Resolution: the lurking horror rears its head.
Oh god.
Oh my god. This is wild to pair with the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is like, we're shutting this shit down, and then the Fool's like, hey, we're gonna go hard on this shit and not even pay attention to the consequences.
Mm.
I mean, maybe it's like a discovery that we have, or like maybe the discovery that we have made has led to us wanting to shut it down, and or one faction makes a discovery and the other faction wants to shut it down. Like
Yeah,
Howler
I think
makes a discovery.
yeah, I think this is like the ultimate clash of like factionalism that we've sort of set up in this era.
Mm.
You know, like the faction of the Blue Sun is trying to shut them all down and like stop all of this, nonsense, and just kind of get to work worshiping the one true God, the Blue Sun. And then all these fucking pagans are running around building all their own little idols, all their false gods. But there's enough people that believe in that. Everybody saw the fucking chaos dimension at the blood eclipse 7 years ago. And I think people have, even though the sights of the chaos dimension were horrible, I think we felt compelled by it as well. And I think people were trying to figure out how to like unlock the secret to opening the chaos dimension. And then that's why the Blue Sun really, really, really wanted to shut all of this down, because, if they're going to be the one true God in the world, they can't have all of these, demons scattered about, especially ones that they can't control. Here's the thing. How do you unlock a portal to hell with fashion?
Oh.
Build a really nice portal.
Well, no, I'm like, well, where do the clothes go when they're discarded?
Landfill.
Yeah. That's a large energy. That's a big energy of curses in one place, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the portal to hell is made with fast fashion waste.
I've heard
Maybe.
that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but
Maybe. I don't know. It's just something. A lot of energy out there, from a lot of different places.
yeah, I love the part in Alice's restaurant where they dump the trash into the hell portal.
Or a fashion show.
Yeah.
Like one big fashion show that is in like a summoning ritual in itself.
Yeah, I like that. Just like the most cursed fashion show of all time.
A lot of different ways fashion.
The runway's not
Hellraiser
straight.
Couture.
Yeah, the runway's not straight. It's like it forms like a sigil.
Oh
Yeah.
And everybody
And
has to like
kind of the
walk in a
silk.
precise manner.
Speaking of
But
like the silk kind of that tugged on, and all the individual pieces kind of slowly unwinds and kind of links all the models together in a weird configuration.
Dev, you saying people having to walk in a specific way made me think of bees and the way that bees like communicate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think this is led by the Chartreuse Fellowship,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like
All
I need
right.
to establish a keeper for this.
It could be the organ player.
Oh, we forgot about
Oh,
her.
yes.
Belinda Fugue.
Mm-hmm.
Belinda Fugue, yes.
Yeah, this fashion show is her like magnum opus rock opera.
Oh my god, it's the fucking Joseph of the Many Colored Coat.
Exactly. Also a little bit of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
And Lucifer Rising, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Did she end up as one of the keeper roles? I forget.
I think the role that she would fall into would be a practitioner.
I think
Yeah,
we did put her on it.
I
Oh,
I
we didn't
introduced her,
establish her
but
defense. Yeah.
I forgot to assign her a role.
That's fine. I think she's mentor level at this point if she's like it's been
Yeah.
7 years and she's
Mm-hmm.
been a part of this like revolutionary movement. Yeah, and Augusta Euler is like the villain of this rock opera.
Mm.
So I'm kind of like combining this with my my contingency plan stone as well.
Is Augusta like Judas?
Yes. Because she's betrayed the original vision of the thing
Yeah.
for the threat of violence from the state. I also need to do an actualization action before we end this era.
Mm.
The timing on this might actually work out perfectly.
Yeah, no, I think it does. Yeah.
Let's see here. A bunch of shit is about to pop off, so I need to figure out something like maybe mundane to squeeze in here.
Let's recruit a keeper, and it's just like a janitor.
No, I think I gotta advance the work. I need to come up with some sort of like detail about this like new hell fashion. This is a dumb joke. I don't know if I want to commit to it.
No, please.
Okay, so you know how in Leviticus there's like you can't wear like mixed fabric?
Yeah.
So
We're running out of the silk
fucking
because
forgot about that.
the spiders are all moving out of the hollowed tree that's dying from the supposed, plague. So we don't have enough silk for all of the clothes for the new line.
Oh my god.
So we need to use some like, cheap cotton and polyester, and we're cramming whatever we can find in there.
I bet that Euler is not happy about the quality really tanking here.
Fuck her, she's trying to shut it all down. Belinda Fugue doesn't care. She's got the vision now.
Oh.
So we advance the work by using mixed fabric.
horrors of having like a ready-to-wear line and actually kind of appealing to the mass market
You know how
and
there's like
away from
words
like
around
high
the-
fashion.
This is the off the rack. This is the off the rack line.
Yeah.
No more bespoke T-shirts.
Thus ended the era of rare god drops.
Yeah. Okay. Do we now make concessions?
Yes. So we have reached the end of our second era. Our two harbingers are the Hanged Man and the Fool. The Hanged Man's resolution was
The gates are shut and locked.
the mall's fucking dunzo, y'all. Well, it's not dunzo in terms of like it's destroyed, but they're closing this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our Olive Garden mafia owner might be able to do something about that because she's a court member, but we'll see. That'll be up to Hunter to decide. And then the Fool reads,
Lurking horror.
I got. I forgot I got two now.
the lurking horror rears its head. So I think this crazy ass fashion show, rock opera, diss track, summoning ritual collaboration
Yes.
event is going to during the blood eclipse during the end of the last era, we were able to peer into the chaos dimension for the first time. Now we are opening the way to it.
Woohoo!
Yes.
By the way, Dev, someone in chat got your mathematician reference.
Nice.
Oh, I said that was you that responded. This is what I get for
Yes.
not reading, not reading usernames.
I am in the chat. I've been here the whole time. I got many tabs open. This is my job as facilitator. Yeah. Those are our two resolutions that we need to contend with.
Okay.
I'll do the mob one first because that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I have two, right? One for the mob boss and one for myself.
Yes.
One for the
Alright, cool.
Page of Pentacles.
I think another angel investor is here, and her name is Tina Tiffany. I think she destroys the mall. She demolishes the mall. And opens up another mall. But the thing about this mall is it's much more. It's stripped down. It's way more. It's a fucking normal ass mall now.
Boring.
I don't think she
I
has
mean, it's
the
not.
capital to demolish the whole thing. Remember, this turned into a mega mall.
Okay, she doesn't demolish mall. She
We did not
rents
drop
By
the
the way,
tower.
Hunter, I just want to say,
No, you're right.
I just want to say, I was saying
Yes.
boring to the character, not boring to you.
No, I know.
Okay.
No, okay. No, you're right. She's right. But here's the thing. She lets other people not affiliated with the conservatory rent out space in it.
Yeah.
So, like, the mall's there, right? But, like, she's like, y'all have 5 places. We don't need this many things dedicated to the conservatory. Open up a Sears for the love of God. So, normalcy is slowly reaching
That's funny because that's what temperance does.
Oh.
That is one of the harbingers.
Wow.
I think
But,
the
hey, the
resolution
mall-
on temperance is normalcy reigns.
Yeah.
Well, normalcy hasn't won yet, but
Yeah.
and the mall stays open, but the mall is a little less magical. but
Yeah.
but you got to look a little closer for the weird shit.
I want to make a concession to the gates are shut and locked that like in order to like enter the stores or like buy the cursed t-shirts, you need a password.
Oh.
Yeah. And you know the way that you like find a password changes every week. You know, maybe sometimes it's on like the inside of your coffee sleeve.
I had a similar idea, so I'm just gonna kind of piggyback off of yours.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think the mall ceases to exist. I think the people that run the mall, you know, shut down operations, lay everybody off, you know, get whatever like, taxes they can tax payoff they can get out of it.
Mm.
But like people are still running this shit. It's just like anarchy now.
Uh-huh.
So I have a concession for the fool. The lurking horror rears its head. I'm thinking that
Chaos demons are fucking here now.
they are here. Of
Yeah.
course they are here, but there is a way to use them. Possess them even. We're going for another possession. I'm thinking of like maybe having one of the keepers. Maybe Simon. Simon or Anna, Anna was like watching the webs, right? And she told Augusta that the spiders are sending a message, and Augusta kind of divined something out of it, and the patterns mirror and isn't like an inverse to the pattern that the models on the runway are kind of like trying to evoke, like visually kind of evoke, and that's the Chartreuse faction's kind of fellowships gambit was the models and the pit that's about to be opened. Augusta and Anna head to the shrine of the graveyard of idols, and they kind of lure the spiders there into kind of this exodus from the tree to the idols, and the spiders weave a entirely new configuration, wrapping and kind of mummifying the idols entirely. And kind of when they unwrap it, the entity, a lurking horror that was at least one of the lurking horrors that was supposed to kind of rear its head from the portal, is instead kind of contained in these kind of silken threads.
Mm.
That's kind of like my concession. So the horror has moved its kind of entrance from kind of the middle of the catwalk to the center of the shrine of idols.
Why,
Hope it's
why do
not
you
too
think they're trying to
complicated.
control? I mean, why do you think they're trying to prevent the demons from coming through when they did the ritual to free them in the first place?
I thought that the organist was trying to do the ritual, and the
Yeah.
organist was affiliated with the rebel faction,
Yeah.
I think. And the
Oh, so
Augusta.
this is just like your normal everyday polytheists.
No, I meant the idols, the little kind of yard or little kind of shrine full of
Yeah.
like they wrap themselves up on kind of the figurines and on kind of the figurines and kind of the votive candles and all the kind of like little physical kind of dedications to the idols, like, and it's become like cocooned up the whole thing, and it's like once they unwrap it, I'm thinking, what they get is an amalgamation of the idols that were there, but instead it's an entity that was supposed to kind of unravel itself back in the catwalk. Is it a bit confusing? I do sound like I've confused myself in the process a little bit, but do you get what I'm saying, or do you need a little bit more elucidation?
So this is like a third faction, right?
Oh no, this is Augusta and Anna.
Oh, because Augusta is following the Blue Suns agenda.
Yes, the Blue Suns agenda.
Okay.
Yes, but like, having control of the idol would be better than summoning it and letting the rebel faction and the organist anti-pope control the narrative.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense if it's like I've captured one of your false idols to like as a show of power.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for.
Cool.
The entity is still here, and the entity can very much break through the cocoon, the silk cocoon it's in, but it's not kind of close to the organ anymore.
Well, maybe the spiders are on like 24/7 like silk weaving duty to try to like keep this entity contained.
I like the idea of it being like an exercise in fertility, and that the entity will kind of emerge out of its cocoon in the end anyway. But there will be a complication in that he won't be where it's supposed to be. And it has, when we summon things, we want the thing to stay in the summoning circle. And what happens when it's not in the summoning circle? Things unpredictability.
Yeah.
I think mine kind of built off that too a bit.
The state of the board right now is the mall is abandoned and filled with like demons and like bootleggers, and then there's a new mall next door that's like super normal. And then out in the like the false idol graveyard, we have a cocoon like salt circle trying to encase another demon.
As you do.
Yeah, I got one more contingency.
Oh yeah, you do.
And I think it kind of works with that one a bit in terms of with demons showing up where they're not meant to. The thing about the rock opera is that it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people started their own productions of it across the nation.
Uh-oh.
So a contingency is that, hey, maybe the horror, lurking horror rears its head, but not as strong here, here in our town. But across the nation, little portals of the hell start opening up, and it makes our portal of the hell weaker.
Nice.
Interesting.
So our little demonic area is a bit weaker, but across the nation, every time someone does a production of this, a
We
little portal of
accidentally
hell is
started
opened up.
outsourcing our portal to hell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And so,
franchising.
like, I'm thinking like, these are like underground theater groups, though. Like just kids who like, oh yeah, I saw some fucking sick ass play. Like kids are just seeing Jesus Christ Superstar online. I'm like, I want to do that.
Only slightly related. But one time I saw a very niche play. This was the play that I was talking about earlier. Very, very niche. I saw that it was being performed the following night, a 5-hour drive away in Reno, Nevada. And I went.
And then he brought the devil back home with you.
Yeah. From Reno. The devil lives in Reno. Everyone knows that.
It does.
And that's my last suggestion.
Hell yeah. Cool. So let's do I don't think I'll have time to draw any like cards in this next era, but I think it'll still be fun to do the the time passes stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so we can see what a glimpse of our future is. Once the era is resolved, decide on the unit of time that passes before the next era. Months isn't interesting. Years or decades.
Decades, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just did the years. I think it'd be very interesting to say decades.
All right, I'm drawing it.
Yes.
Ooh. The Nine of Swords, one of my favorite cards. At least the illustration of just the person sitting up in bed at night, be like, "Oh
It's
fuck
the
all these
meme.
swords!" No.
Yes.
That could never be me. If I woke up to all those swords, I'd be ecstatic.
So that's 90 years pass.
Wow. Which means like all the keepers are now dead.
Probably. That's longer than most human lifespans.
Yeah.
In this time, so we each answer. In this time, what stays the same or changes about the conservatory? In this time, what stays the same or changes about the community? And are there any keepers of the era still around, and how have their circumstances changed?
I got the second one. I could do mine quick.
Yeah.
The world, like we talked about at the beginning of this game about this is like not our world, but I think we kind of stayed somewhat normal for most of it.
We're in the USU, the United States of America.
Yeah.
I think now, but I think the thing is now we are. I think we live in a world, in a community now where there's demons around and they're our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Like I think there's demons as our next door neighbor. There's kids with god powers is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like I think the thing,
like,
yeah.
Sorry, some of these kids have now had kids themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 90 years.
And the curse, yeah, and the curse is carried on. I think the thing about our world and the community at large is, like we talked about how, like we made like I made the joke about how we made the exist sticker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just the world now. Like there's just gods and demons and demigods all around us now. Every religion's real, and they're right next to you.
Damn, we just tried to make some cool shirts.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did it end up like this?
It was
you
only
did.
a
You
hair.
made the scam.
It was only a
It
shirt.
was only. I can answer the last question.
Yeah.
At least for some of them, I think the organist and whoever is in that kind of hall, main hall, watching the show, have jumped into the pit.
They have
So
ventured into
they
the
are
chasm.
into the chasm, the pit, the gaping maw in the middle of the maw, rather. And they're never seen again.
Belinda Fugue sold her soul to rock and roll. Shit.
Yeah. I think that adding on to the who is who, if anyone is still around, I think science is still around, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, it's
Not
being
like,
piloted by God.
yeah, it's just like tried to break his curse and it just did not fucking work out at all.
What's he up to 90 years later? Shit.
He's oh god, what is he up to 90 years later? Probably still working at as a security, but for Tiffany's mall now.
It's like, let me go to the fucking normal mall, please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think the bootleggers had a good run in the conservatory with their like cool like speakeasy evil shirt productions.
Uh-huh.
But I think the demons that like were unleashed within the mall have like completely taken it over. now what was the conservatory before is like a demon stronghold now.
Mm.
And the only shirts that they make are mixed fabrics.
Yeah. I don't think the
Yeah.
demons wear shirts, to be honest. Think about all of the devils you've seen portrayed in media. How many of them are wearing shirts?
So true.
All of the famous paintings of Lucifer, that motherfucker has his titties out.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I mean, the reason why Lucifer has the shirt off is I don't think some of these demons can't.
What'd you say, Hunter?
They got the
You got
shirt.
cut out.
Oh, the Lucifer has his shirt off because he can pull it off. Some of these demons have their shirt off and they can't pull it off.
They have like an unfathomable number of nipples.
you know those horrendous Bosch paintings where like there's a mouth in the middle of like a devil's kind of torso, and there's like sinners spilling in and out from it.
Yeah.
Hieronymus Bosch will just put some orifices at fucking anywhere. That dude's a pervert. Anyways, I think that's a great place to wrap this up. This has been the Conservatory. Thank you so much for playing this game with me. You can find this game at my itch page, itch.io, or devindecibal.itch.io. I think at some point soon, Plus One EXP is going to be selling the zine version of this game on their website. I need to check in with that. But I have like a publisher now. I'm fancy.
Wow, bougie.
Please support my Kickstarter, ttrpg.link/pale. I gotta pitch all my fucking shit. I'm so fucking content brain these days. It's a nightmare. It's what happens. Don't kids, don't monetize your hobbies. Yeah, I'm
or else
Devin.
you'll
You
end
can
up
find me
like
at devindecibal.
spoiler.
Anyways,
Thank you, Devin, for making this game.
hell yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
And shout outs to the Roll Plus Bond community. A lot of work goes into making these streams happen. Shout outs to Eric/Mocha, who's been hosting this stream. Shout outs to MAP, Medical Assistance for Palestinians. Let's keep donations going for that. Good cause. Anybody else have anything else they want to say, pitch, whatever?
Well,
And buy the bundle, bunch of free games, or not a bunch of free games, but a bunch of great games.
I don't
a
think
low
the
price.
bundle went up. We had some issues with the bundle.
Well, it'll be up soonish.
It'll be up this year sometime.
The VOD, then buy the bundle that is now up, probably, hopefully.
Or
When the
just use
bundle
the
exists, this game is in it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Thank
go to bed and dream of terrible fashion.
Good night, everybody, and get ready for Goblin Hour.
Mhm.